love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop. Just stepping up. Don't stop.
They haven't really got the big ones, right? They haven't really gotten the big ones. They've been looking, they've been fighting for titles in different games. They've been looking to always try and get to the top, always fell short. Sometimes beaten by S8UL. But in ML, they have reached the top. They won the Mythic Show.
Brawl के बाद खाना खा रहा था.
First titles ever.
Brawl के बाद
being in the scene for quite a long time. So naturally, this team is expected to kind of win, but you can see the top.
अरे खाना बना रहा था फिर भाई बनाने लग गया, ठीक है? तो फिर मैंने बोला चल ठीक है मैं गेम खेलता हूँ.
Beaten once before. I feels like they're not going to be beaten once again if this continues. However, now you can see GodLike have kind of found their structure, found their shape into the turtle pit. You can see already Barbiel being called by the Phantom Steed. Turtle is up. Shock being used. Pit is going to be the target.
Yo, Caustic Bro, welcome to the stream.
This was needed, but he gets the first blood. Kakarot gets it down. Art into the back line, zoning away as much as possible. That's a Kalea going against the Kimmy to get the 2v1 down. Meanwhile, on the other side, Pit has been surviving with 1 HP for the longest of times and now gets on top of Radium. It's a 2v1. And now Radium has to run away under the tower of the opposition. I'm not sure if he's able to do that. He makes it out. No, he does not. Van able to get that kill. 4-2 in the hands of GodLike. They have found their footing and now are looking to convert objectives.
Developer mode on करके आएगा.
Actually got 2 extra kills. It's only like 300 gold, that they have additionally. It's not actually that big of a gap just yet. So S8UL really have an opportunity to turn it around. But GodLike, I think the way that they're playing is actually surprisingly good, especially with the composition with that AOG in the air. Now it's got to be a taunt with the unbreakable Phantom Steed coming up with Kakarot, absolutely demolishing the front line. But Bait's gonna stop with that one. He's gonna make sure Kakarot's out of the picture, gets into the storm, gets the kill. Assam too, and he's gonna follow up with Phobius to get the kill onto the end. Oh God, Freya comes in too late. Radium is not actually there in time, but in the end of the
अच्छा आज watch party yes. आज game नहीं होगा bro.
But Bid is going to stop
कल
Radium, who came up pretty darn late in that team fight there. That did not work well for the side of Team S8UL again.
Yeah, 2-0-3 in the hands of Bid on this Eve. He's been doing well. Fate on this Sora. Able to get that early aggression. 4 kills now. And I think GodLike have kind of tilted S8UL. They have flipped the script. 1.5k goal lead in their favor. They are comfortable now. They are where they wanted to be. They were caught by surprise in game number 1. They prepared mentally for game number 2.
पहला game देख
now
नहीं पाया
S8UL need to find opportunities.
मैं खाना खा रहा था. Oh, ले गया.
No, speaking of opportunities, they gotta purify at the right time.
नहीं खाना खा रहा था.
From that tsunami slam being used by
वाह भाई वाह skipper याद रखूंगा भाई.
Of not having that purify, and that means the next turtle is not going to be having it. The tsunami slam, however, does have a lower cooldown.
नहीं चाहिए मेरे को, हट
No,
नहीं जाना,
spending
तू रहे
one
वहाँ
of
पे
the most
साला।
important things
देख
would
लिया भाई,
obviously be the
स्कीपर
battle
दे
spells.
दी।
These are additional spells
जा
that
रहा
you
है ना,
get
छोड़ के कोई
with
नहीं
your
भाई, कोई नहीं
original
भाई,
hero
जा जा,
spells
छोड़ के जा।
that allow you to actually evade maybe spells that actually control you, like the spell purify.
Oh no!
But
Fraction
talking
Pulse.
about that, we've got
Yeah.
Phantom Steed, but no, we've got a flicker from Bid trying to escape.
गेम
that.
बहुत ज़्यादा
Good
फास्ट
position.
फास्ट नहीं चल रहा है ये वाला।
I think that the flicker might have actually been more important. Turtle spawning in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I think that's 30 seconds
हाँ।
plenty for them to decide where they want to be, how they're going to make this happen, how they're going to position themselves.
ओए
Knowing
इंग्लिश ही
that
देखना
Godlike
कि
already have
हिंदी
the lead,
देखना,
but
वो बताओ,
SAUL
इंग्लिश ही
not
देखना है
shying
ना?
away. They do have powerful ultimates. They have hit the point where they can pick a fight, even though they're down in terms of gold. Especially if Anti makes it to the fray, it's going to be difficult for GodLike to try and find an opening. And already there you can see S8UL looking to dominate this turtle pit.
Right now, we've got Bid with glowing wand.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
got Tsunami Slam already connecting onto the enemy backline. We've got Abi getting taken down. We've got Phantom Seed running in, and that's going to be a big problem here. The side of the team S8UL engaging.
ओए
But the second skill of Kalea connecting, that's going to be
Oi,
Art taking a
oi,
lot of damage instead.
oi,
We've got
oi,
Freya
oi, Art
doing
taking-
more damage with that Valkyrie's Descent. But in the end of the day, it's going to be Anti that's going to get the final kill and put the nail in the coffin. But the side of Team GodLike, they might
अभी को
actually
तो
just
भाई
attempt to
पकड़
do
पकड़
it
के
because
लेके जा रहा है भाई
obviously
आर्ट,
not ready for
बार-बार उठा रहा है।
engaging just yet.
चल मेरे साथ।
Well, a rom-com is there trying to zone out the rest of the members. GodLike this time get their hands on this turtle. It's two turtles in their pocket now. S8UL.
ठीक है
We
ठीक है।
spoke about it earlier. Those battle spells were important. Using the Purifier early on, baiting the Purifier early on from the side of S8UL's Abi. And then instantly Art knew who the target was supposed to be. Went for it, got the target, converted that to an objective, and now GodLike have also gotten the tower on the top side. It has been mirrored by S8UL on the bot side, but Radium taking one on the far lane. But
ठीक
here,
है ना, सबका आवाज आ रहा है ना?
GodLike 10-5, looking at their itemization. He's got a Dreadnought armor, building a Dominance Ice. Romcom's going to be a force to be reckoned with now with the amount of physical damage that's coming out on the other side. They're okay to take it. However, I think it's all up to Ubby. Is he able to scale? Went for a first item Sky Piercer. Yes, you want to go that for a Kimmy, but you're lacking the damage early on that you're needed. No, goes for a Tsunami Slam this time, but not catching the right target.
Official,
Ardo
official.
as well. AOG going straight on top of him. They're trying to make something happen, but they get the tier 1 in the mid lane.
Official है, bro.
Radium has to run away. The Valkyrie set was used. Kakarot just using the Phantom Steed to disengage.
He just used the Phantom Steed to actually get on the force so he can go back to jungling, dude. That's exactly what he was thinking. I know what he was thinking, obviously, because I would have done the same. Just walk out and
कितना टाइटल है पोटैटो? हेलो आईडी, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। क्या करेगा ना, मतलब ऐड ज्यादा आ रहा है क्या?
They're overexerting themselves in these team fights. I believe
Let me try, कम करने का ट्राई करता हूँ। हेलो जुनिता, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। थोड़ा ऐड डिले कर दिया।
Trying to make this make everything turn
अच्छा, पता ही नहीं था गॉडल का एमएल में टीम है। यस यस, पिछले टाइम भी तो किया था, पिछले टाइम ही एक्वायर कर लिया था ना, जो पिछला लैंड हुआ था गुवाहाटी में, उसी में तो था गॉडल वर्सेस सोल हुआ था फाइनल। डिनर में क्या बनाया? डिनर था, चिकन था, राइस था, सलाद था, इतना टेस्टी था ना, मैं सोचा मैं खा के स्ट्रीम करूंगा।
The neutral objective on the spot. Oh, title strike coming through as well on top of Apex. He gets caught in the dark wave coming up from Bromcom. Traction pulse to pull Art back as well.
आप बनाया? नहीं नहीं, भाई बनाया, भाई बनाया।
I don't know. They're just poking about at this point. The Lord is up. And I think GodLike turned their attention to the Lord. I feel like they're looking for a pick off, knowing that they have a Purifier on the other side. They can't go for a Kakarot.
इतना टेस्टी बनाया ना, मैं सोचा कि यार नहीं रुकता, खा ही लेता हूँ पहले।
to go for an engage, and GodLike understand the big ultimates are not available.
खा लिया, खा के आया हूँ मैं अभी, जस्ट खा के आया हूँ।
That's an easy lord for GodLike, thanks to a mistake coming in from the side of SAUL.
Honestly though,
Welcome to the stream, ID. जुलिता, आपने खा लिया जुलिता?
Because obviously they're hyper. Kakarot was not actually interested in engaging. Obviously they've got a big difference in the amount of farm they have, and also the amount of how do I put it? Geography. The amount of towers that are up through the side of Team GodLike are basically just one.
हाँ वही तो, पता ही नहीं चलता भाई, बाहर मेनलैंड में पता ही नहीं लगता कुछ भी।
4 towers, and that's going to put a big big dent in that one, because the Lord is marching in on the mid lane, and that Lord is just going to connect in the next 3 seconds, man.
रोटी बना रही हो अच्छा
Yeah,
रोटी और
charging on the tier 2 R, charging the title strike as well. Tsunami Sam catches Apex. At this time he goes in. Dark Wave coming connecting as well. But look at a Radiant in the back line. Goes into the Valkyrie to set, but doesn't have enough damage. Van able to get that kill. Fantasy coming out as well at the right time. But
Oi.
with the RWM catches one, but Anti able to reply back. But Kakarot gets one more. It's a trade. It's a 3-for-1. And Apex wants to go in. The damage coming out from Ubby is too much. They make that a 3-for-2. Godlike dove in along with the Lord, but
Totally all of them. Wow, nice.
and they were ready.
भाई ये fight मस्त था.
The Lord is already taken down. 10 minutes in, a successful defense coming out, and they bridged the gap from a 5K.
Late game किमी का damage बहुत अगर front line रहा अगर if they can अभी को बचा पाए भाई किमी बहुत
well, let's just face it.
damage देगा.
Form was used by Sora because he actually wanted to get everyone together, but Bid and everyone, they actually put them in the kill box. It did not work out for the side of Team GodLike because that kill box ended up putting themselves into trouble. They didn't
अभी
actually
शायद होली जा रहा है या फिर
and,
going on
well, I
नहीं वो
think S8UL
wings जा रहा है
are
पता नहीं.
performing very well under the pressure that they're in.
Blood
And the
wing.
side of Team GodLike, they're actually kind of crumbling slowly. I'm not sure about this. I think that GodLike are really playing good at this point of the game. But
Hello दाप anyway आया नहीं क्या आया था वो कुछ काम करने गया हुआ है
Yeah,
अभी.
the cracks are already forming. You can see that, but they are applying.
Hello,
the
Dap.
pressure
Welcome to
where
the
it hurts,
stream.
right? Soul needs to find an answer, and that answer has to come in from the dive that they have. Ubby has been dishing out the damage, but he hasn't gotten the kills. He has a Sky Piercer in his toolkit, but unfortunately, it's a 0-3-4. That's not where you want your main source of damage to be. Kakarot the same, an early game absolute monster on this Leomord, but it's a 2-2-4. Not been working in their favor. Anti, who wants to get to the point where he can get super tanky, hasn't gotten to his item power spike yet. On the other side, though, Bid, the target who was there the entire time, 406. He was the one who was targeted down super hard in the first game. This game, though, he's okay. He understands the dive is still on top of him, but he's able to make it out alive.
मेरे को किमी का ये वाला skin
He
चाहिए.
was almost 1 HP on the bot side fight, but he still does. And you can see again,
Manly
Romcom goes
Dexter,
in,
why not
gets
short
the
him? Because
top
I'm
Apex trying to create the space.
Maria, because I am playing this. I am doing watch party now.
To catch him up, he has to make it out purified, but the Throne of Ruin catches them as well.
I am doing watch party now, Maria. That's why.
Makes it out with a trace that Art finds a Tsunami Slam, and now they go gung-ho, but Kakarot does not come out alive as Bid is unstoppable. Apex has to run away. There's no backup. 4 members, 5 members just jumping on top of him, not letting him get out of there. AOG finally able to make it out with the help of the Revitalize, and GodLike have come in to make
Thank
a
you so much, Dap.
statement. They are bright, but they shine brighter when the
Oh,
light
miss
is
the
upon
short
them.
stream, Dexter.
Man, I actually
It'll be back from tomorrow,
feel like that
Maria.
pressure, the cracks that I was seeing, absolutely
Like
not there
watch
anymore.
party
The side of
doesn't
Team
suit
GodLike dominated
well
that
in
fight.
like short
Hey,
form, na.
all honesty, I felt like,
It's
you know,
not
Phoveus
good to
jumping
watch
onto
in a
Freya,
short mode,
Radium,
the watch
getting
parties.
pressure, obviously, by
That's why
Phoveus.
I'm doing this mode
Romcom,
today.
his positioning absolutely crazy. The moment Freya actually had to deal with Phoveus, that's when he could not engage in that fight anymore. And well, since the side of Team S8UL already started the
Are you
engage,
missing
they
about 2
could
months,
not
Dexter? It's
disengage,
fine.
especially at that crucial moment when Radium had to go back and Kakarot was stuck amongst 4 people and a Tsunami Slam. It took him.
Are you missing
completely
about 2
away from
months,
himself.
maybe, Dexter? It's fine. It's
Not
fine.
good.
Don't
The
worry.
Lord marching in.
We
There's
all
going to
will be
8
here after
seconds
2 months
left for the
also.
Lord to connect onto the base,
Do not
unless
worry.
S8UL have other things in store for them.
I don't know what plans they have, but Fate is looking to spoil them along with Art looking to get a
नहीं,
pick off.
नहीं,
Purifies
ठीक है,
the
ठीक है.
Tracer, however, Fantasy
I won't,
comes
I
down
won't.
at the right time, looking to clear off the Lord. Mount Shocker being used. Bid is positioned beautifully, looking to find the right target. Has the Blood Wings to provide extra bit of sustain as well. He picked up the Wishing Lantern earlier, so you know no matter how tanky they are still going to get hurt down. The Dauntless Fleet used up. Conceal play coming through as well. Dark Wave right on top of Anti. The Throne of Ruin coming through. But at the same time, AOG to the back line. Wan makes it out alongside Bid. Fate's going to be the target. He has it. He goes for the damage. And now you can see Bid again left in no man's land as they find it. Romcom with a double in the back line. Anti goes in, tries to show the damage, but he just doesn't have it. And Van finds it, but gets taken out by Apex. ante, buys some time, but doesn't have the damn entitled strike. And GodLike have found the opening and are looking to crack down the base Crystal of Soul.
All honesty, okay, we've got.
किसको सपोर्ट कर रहा है? मैं तो किसी मैं दोनों का सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ. Melodrama, bro.
There's nobody from the side of team S8UL that can really stop him. The moment he actually engages or disengages, nobody can actually catch him unless, of course, Captain Catcher uses the unbreakable taunt.
Maria, you already like there are many people who gonna miss you, right? So why add one more?
They can't really afford to make any slip ups here. They're a lot more difficult.
नहीं एक बोलो तो मैं सोल का करता हूँ. सोल पे जा रहा हूँ, ठीक है?
Just yet, because they can't.
Hello Nuri. Welcome to the stream. Hello, bye. अरे रुको ना.
Might actually have a lot of
That's a support exactly.
All in all, I feel like they do.
Hello, Ishan bro. Welcome to the stream.
GodLike, they're still so
Oye, डालिए
far
दवाई
ahead,
में.
man. It's surprising how they actually have more than at least 80%
तो
of
खाऊंगा ना पहले
everything
दवाई डाल
done
दे
in the
अपने.
game. They just need to focus on the Nexus. It's almost done. The Lord is now, spawning in. This is going to be the third Lord of the match, and I'm absolutely cracked.
Welcome to Bhabi. Welcome Ishant.
Yeah, I think the
Oh,
Lord is
गुस्से में यार
gonna
दाप.
be something that they need to
उस
contest
आज
at this
3
point
मैच हार के
so
लगातार
far
brawl.
down 6K, right? This team needs to find an
मैंने
opening.
नहीं हराया
They're not
लेकिन
able
ठीक
to
है.
find it. And he went in, dove into the back line. He just doesn't have the damage. Bit is able to make it alive. Bro, Bit is 509. That's a dive composition coming in from Soul, but still haven't died a single time. Dial strike coming in from Art. Kakarot goes in for the Steed as well. Looking to go to the back line. Van with a Mount Shocker. And you can see now they go in and they get the Purify, but Radium is already taken out. AOG, but
But I support you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Kakarot's taken down.
खत्म ये वाला.
And now Soul will have to run.
अरे.
They don't know what to do.
पापा को दे
Back into the
दो.
base. And GodLike don't even need the Lord. They have waves crashing in from all three sides.
Soul है और Godel है.
And now they go in. Fate finds a play. And Bid like a conductor in the line. Mixing out the damage in the RW and he goes in.
ये वो ज्ञान गेमिंग वाला जो टूर्नामेंट है ना.
But GodLike are taking heads.
5 स्टार हाँ ये फाइनल है आज. लैन हो रहा है वेस्ट बंगाल में.
No
Not able to do so, get wiped out as GodLike.
जी वाइप आउट कर दिया.
Come back and make this a 1-1. And oh my goodness, Crucifix, it's
हाँ,
gonna
हाँ,
be
हाँ.
a long night.
I'm doing a favor for everyone by going away for 2 months. Dexter, hope I remember everyone.
There's a reason why PH.
कोई ना. You will. Don't worry.
They absolutely crushed it. S8UL had no response to this, and the fact
Nuri
that
आया
GodLike
चला गया
really
थी.
just stomped over a silent team S8UL after that first defeat. That just shows commitment. That shows determination to win this game, and it just completely turned it around. That's absolutely amazing. I loved it. I doubted them. I'll be very honest. I had my doubts, but they absolutely showed me up.
Man, that they know what to do. They've understood the assignment. This guy deserves the MVP. There's no chance whatsoever. Even after going against the Gatokacha, a Leomord, a Freya, you can basically just Valkyrie descent with a flicker. He didn't have the flicker, that's fine, but a Valkyrie descent straight into the back line. All the pressure on him. Yes, they caught him in game number 1. Ain't no way that's gonna happen again, said him. Bidya Sagar, that's his name, but oh my goodness, did the way he played, the way he positioned himself, beautiful.
Amazing.
Absolutely beautiful.
Hey, and let's just talk about Kalea for a second. Art, dude, this guy made sure that Kakarot's life was in danger at every single given moment. The fact that in the last team fight, he used Flicker just to get himself closer to, Kakarot, that was... like, bro, just leave the enemy jungler alone. You're not even taking objectives, you're taking a fight. And bro legit just made sure that, Kakarot or Radium had to, run for their life when Art is right behind them. And I think that Kalea, in his hands, obviously, one of his signature picks, is something that you should actually not be reckoning with. That's a force to be reckoned with.
Well, force to be reckoned with indeed. And you know what? If we take a couple steps back, right, folks? If we take a couple steps back and think about what draft game number 1 was, where GodLike really laid out the trap, where S8UL really laid out the trap, right? They're like, okay, we're gonna go with the Guinevere first pick. We're gonna leave Bid's favorite hero, which is the Eve, open. And I'll be honest, for the longest of
आयु गिर
time,
गया था भाई
Bid had almost a 100% win rate in
आँख में लगाते हैं
tournament, in competitive play for ML with this Eve. Right, for a very long time, he had a winning streak going. Nobody could really understand how to take him down, and they finally did. But then again, it's not that it was his fault. It was just the fact that the draft was never in his favor. So Soul kind of understood the assignment, and I'm assuming Apex is the one that does the draft. He does the homework. He comes in prepared with sheets. He kind of knew what was needed to get that surprise, get that surprise factor in, and that's what they did in game number 1. With that surprise factor, laid the trap down. GodLike fell into the trap. And now SO-DIMM won the first game. Okay, well played. But in the second game, GodLike figured out, okay, that was the trap. Now we got to switch it around a little bit. It's okay if they leave that open. We will still pick that up, showing that we are strong. We know what we want to play. It's all right. It's our mid laner's favorite hero. It's Bid's favorite hero. It's Bid's best hero, rather. They are okay picking it up, even though you're going to dive on top of him. And they laid a trap of their own.
Yeah?
And instantly, even though he's going to be dove upon, he had the protection, especially from Fate in the goal lane, who was the rich guy, using the shifting skies at the right time, catching them off guard. Made beautiful sets, and then you have the carry Bid who does the most damage, which is what he does with this kind of a lineup, which is what he does for GodLike.
Dexter is silly human. Everyone is me.
An Alice, in this case, he was the sandbag, dive into the back line, absorb a whole tons of damage. They just didn't have the execution coming in from Kakarot.
Yo, B-boy, welcome to the stream.
Art looking
Soul who,
bhai?
Soul जीता है भाई
at
पहला
the
game.
right place at the right time, 60 seconds before the turtle, knowing that they have 20 seconds in that neutral objective fight to pick somebody off, and he played that beautifully. GodLike have come with a game plan. Yes, they were shaken at the start, but at this point, they are unfazed, man, and well-deserved MVP for Bid.
Totally, I completely agree with you, man. But one thing that I want to talk about is the drafting. The fact that they drafted it so well, like decided.
Guys, please like this stream. अभी तक like नहीं किया है तो let's try to hit 50 likes.
It's not an actual potential threat to a
50 likes तो करवा दो भाई कम से कम.
They got the Sora in the end. They had the Yisun Shin, a flex pick played, and
बड़ा थकीला नाम है लोगों का. Hello Tingu, welcome to the stream.
Freya was picked first, and then let's just face it, the fact that Yisun Shin was there, they actually believed that Yisun Shin would have been played in the gold lane, if not the jungle, but that gold lane thing was always there. And the moment that position was getting banned off in the second banning phase, they realized, oh, it's a Yisun Shin in jungle. So
DC का लिंक भेज दिया करो, PLO इंस्टॉल करो.
Like we're gonna bring to the table in the gold lane, and they had to make sure they actually had something or the other.
अभी ने मैंने को बोला उसका कोई भी दोस्त DC यूज नहीं करता. आप बात करो ना उससे, उसको बोलो ना. मैं फिर अभी देखो मैं तो सबसे करवा रहा हूँ, ठीक है? मैं तो अपनी टीम से भी करवाऊंगा सारा जॉइन. तो इसीलिए अब मैं ऐसे फिर बताया फिर. हाँ, क्योंकि मेरे को ये नहीं करना ना कि कोई अगला बंदा आके बोले अच्छा तुम्हारा जान पहचान है क्या, तो यू आर टेकिंग पार्शियलिटी की. उनके लिए रूल अलग है, तुम्हारे लिए अलग है.
I agree, and it's like you kind of choked down Bid early on. That's what they did in the previous in the first game.
Soul is sponsored by iQOO. Yes.
He was a little more prepared this time, and I think it worked out in their favor. But look at the bans, though. It's the same. It's literally just the same. GodLike banning out the Kadira, the Baxia, and let me guess, it's a what was the third? Claude. That's what it was. So I think it's probably going to be the Claude once again. Is it going to be the Claude? Yep, it's going to be the Claude.
It is going to be the Claude. I hope not, because I wanted to see a Claude getting picked. It would have been fun to actually see a Blazing UI, the positioning, and everything that, maybe either Fate or Radium could bring with the Claude. But, well, sadly, we are not seeing Claude anymore.
तो फोन फ्री, हाँ, iQOO का फोन फ्री में मिलता है. सब प्लेयर्स को लेटेस्ट डिवाइस मिलता है फ्री में.
The side of Team GodLike, they've got the drafting done to the perfection that they needed it to in the previous game. I'm expecting a lot more in this game because SO-DIMM, they're not going to be kind about after, whatever happened in the previous game. So they're going to bring.
Oh, ये लोग इतना फटाफट मैच कर रहे हैं, सही है.
Show us what you got.
Yeah, I agree. I think they're definitely not going to take that lying down. They're definitely going to clap back. But how? Oh, Yu Zhong, all right, being picked. up as a first pick. Again,
कौन
that's a hero that Radium kind of played.
कास्टर है कोई
Deny both in the gold and the EXP lane. Again, they don't know where it's gonna go. Is it gonna
ये
be
क्रोनस
the gold
उसका
lane? Is it
उनका
gonna be
कजन
blue
भाई
lane?
है रियल
Ideally,
कजन
I
भाई
would assume it's in the EXP lane, right?
प्राण
But
का
these guys just
टीमन
kind
प्राण
of understand the assignment. And then
लाइक
you got
क्रोनस के
Esmeralda
फादर
here
और
being picked up in the gold
उनके
lane
पीपल
for
के फादर
S8UL.
रियल ब्रदर्स है
Guinevere
शायद
picked up
हाँ
in the
हाँ
jungle. The Guinevere in the jungle
हाँ
works. Prevents
तो
Bit from playing any sort of a stationary mid laner.
अभी कोई
We
दिन
already saw that in game number 1. Is it going to be a repeat though?
Do you really think that it's going to be possible for, Bid to fall for the same trick twice? This guy is very, very vengeful after that first loss. I don't think, he's going to go for maybe a Yves this time, especially not against that Guinevere. Even if he does, he's not going to allow the Guinevere to catch him anytime soon. But again, he's not going to be that guy who's just going to take everything laying flat down. He's going to make sure he actually has precautions. He has a response to that. But look at that, we've got a Fanny getting picked out of the side of Team GodLike. They've got Vincent Theroux on the Fanny.
शायद आप भी कोई टीम ज्वाइन कर लो हमारा नहीं नहीं हम कोई टीम नहीं ज्वाइन करेगा शायद नहीं है वो लोग कौन लोग भी वो है
GodLike do get themselves a Kalea getting in the hands of Art. They got that again. The previous game we did see that the enemies had the advantage with the Kalea, shutting
B-boy
down jungler all the time.
B-boy अपना टीम बुलाओ ना डिस्कॉर्ड पे
Will it work again though?
ताकि तुम्हारा भी कंफर्म कर दूं ना मैं
That's the question I kind of want to ask.
It's
Like, okay, it worked in game number 1. Yes, the conditions kind of work here as well because you have Fanny that needs to fly around with the cables. The Mortal Coil does prevent that a little bit. Yes. Will it work again though? That's my question. Like, it's a pocket pick. All right, it worked in game number 1. Now GodLike are more aware about it. So they'll take their time into seeing what they're going to pan out. They're going to take their time to see how they can make things work. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, okay, a surprise is nice the first time, right? If you're trying to repeat it, it's not more of a surprise again, is it?
It's not. But hey, I'm kind of expecting an Argus to be picked at this point of the game because they've got a Mortis already and pick an Argus already. Come on.
No, this guy, bro. No. He wants Argus.
बोल के देख लो
He wants
आता है तो
Argus.
ठीक है वरना फिर क्या
I don't know.
करेंगे
I don't want to see an Argus in competitive play. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe an Ocean White with DJY, but I don't know. Not no Argus in competitive play. I would say, but Argus though, I don't know. Won't fit the bill, bro. You know what? Let's move on. Let's forget about it. Move on. Lunox being banned out on the other side.
तुमको ही पता है ना भाई एक डिस्कॉर्ड पर ज्वाइन करना है भाई और कुछ नहीं करना सिर्फ ज्वाइन करना है
So what are they gonna go? No Lunox available, no Kadira
कोई
available.
टैग तो तू ही कर देगा टैग तो ना करना है उनको
अभी
टैग तो तू ही करेगा उनको बस ज्वाइन करना है
This is some insider info. I don't know if the Hindi desk they're gonna be able to say this, but let me tell you something. Abhi doesn't like to play Eve. Abhi, from what I've been told, he doesn't. I wouldn't say he doesn't know how to play Eve. He does know how to play, but he doesn't like to play the hero. It's not his best hero. So they don't really go in that direction. And no, look at that. Knowing that, GodLike just leave it open. They don't care. It's okay. They know for a fact Abhi's not going to pick up this Eve. So this kind of leaves a hole in their lineup. Right? This kind of leaves a big hole in the lineup. So they go for the Zetian. They're going to poke from afar. TC going to be locked into the gold lane. And now whatever may come, it's probably going to be a Eve again, isn't it? What are the better mid laner?
Look, I'm going to be very honest with you. I think the Eve is a possibility from the side of Team GodLike, but again,
I mean, they do have a counters.
Yeah, they do, but let's just face it. Kenny.
Even better. Even better.
I was about to start a big, paragraph.
हाँ तो वही रहते हैं ना इंग्लैंड रहता है ना
Since Kimmy's been picked, all right, we'll just go with that. GodLike
इंग्लैंड मतलब यूके जो भी वहाँ का एक ही यूके इंग्लैंड एक ही होता है अलग होता है पता नहीं अलग होता होगा हाँ वो उधर रहता है ना यूरोप
that swoop in, kill
पढ़ाई
people,
वढ़ाई
and walk out.
तो
So
शायद
once your
जॉब भी
armaments keep
करते हैं वहीं
her
पे क्या
alive,
भी
and I think Fanny
वो उसका
will
पता
have
नहीं
to actually take it
लास्ट
out.
टाइम जब था
Because the
तब
moment she
जॉब
actually
कर रहे थे
rushed
शायद
into Celestial Armaments,
2
that
साल
little
पहले
circle around
जब पता था मेरे को
she's going to be stunned. That's going to keep, you know,
तो वही
give
वो रहते वहाँ पे
S8UL an
इतने सालों से रह
opportunity
रहे
to
तो
take
फिर
down the
एक्सटेंड आ ही
Fanny. I
जाता है
think
ना
that's actually a very good pick, a solid pick for the side of
और
TCDEXY
एक
as well.
क्रूसीफिक्स
And
का
they
भी
go
एक्सटेंड
doubling down on the Fanny
ऐसे ही है कि
complete counter.
हाँ
and
तभी
now
तो
the
इन दोनों
Kaja
को
can
इंग्लिश
get on
कास्ट में
their
बिठाया
side.
है प्रॉपर इंग्लिश
Yeah, the Kaja is good. They kind of do
मुझे नहीं
have some
पता
sort of a
क्रूसीफिक्स के
wombo
बारे में
combo that can work out with the spatial migration. But then again, I feel like this Kaja is a little bit of a forced pick,
क्रोनोस
right?
तो
Crucifix. That's where
वो
we're getting
यूरोप
at.
के
Kind
जो
of stop this
टूर्नामेंट
Fanny
होते
from
हैं
flying around.
MLBB के
Kalea's taken off the table, the one that has like
उनका भी कास्टिंग
instant
करते हैं और
lockdown.
उसका
Yeah,
कॉन्टैक्ट है
like it was
MLBB
already
का
stolen away by GodLike.
शायद हाँ
Kaja works. Yes, it has a
बहुत टाइम
suppression.
से कर रहे हैं ना इट्स नॉट लाइक
But then again, you're already playing into the hands of
पहली बार
GodLike. It
बहुत
feels
टाइम
like
से कर रहे
GodLike
हैं
have completely
कास्टिंग
dictated the pace of this draft completely, and Soul just don't know how to bounce back. They go with heroes. It feels disconnected again
तभी तो
compared to what they did in game number 2. So it's
वो तो
giving me a
स्ट्रीमर है
tough time to say that they have a great lineup.
मार्टिस वाला
They don't.
मार्टिस
It's just
स्ट्रीमर
like a
है
makeshift
एपेक्स
team.
स्ट्रीमर है वो काजा
Like in a
स्ट्रीमर है
zombie
ठीक है
apocalypse, just make
फिर
this
वो
makeshift, wooden
फिर
map
वो
with a bunch of
रेडियम भी
nails.
स्ट्रीमर
That's
है
exactly what Soul
डीसी में
have.
कौन कौन है
S8UL
डीसी में जुनिता
really
हूँ
have
मैं हूँ
a makeshift map with a
दाप है
bunch of
कि नहीं है
nails
पता नहीं मेरे को देखता
poking
हूँ
out of it, trying to beat out whatever zombies are outside.
हाँ
of
दाप
it.
है
I think
हम 3 है
GodLike
अभी
really have a solid
और कोई
draft.
है
They've got a few heroes that can
अच्छा
actually dive
टिंगू
in the
भी है
back line. They've got a big kind of like mid lane control with
हाँ
the
टिंगू
Killing,
दाप
obviously. But I think that
डेक्स्टर
Zacian
और
might
जुनिता
actually outrange
मतलब
him,
मैं
so
और
that's
जुनिता
going to be a big problem there.
उसके बाद
But
वो रेडियम भी
overall, I feel
स्ट्रीमर
like
है
GodLike's
फिर वो
got a
रोमकॉम
very
जो
good,
वाइजी है वो भी
solid
स्ट्रीमर है
lineup for themselves.
उसके
S8UL,
बाद
it's literally what I said
बाकी
before. It's
बाकियों को
like a
आर्ट नहीं करता
makeshift
स्ट्रीम
weapon in a zombie
बाकी
apocalypse. It might work.
बिल्ड
All right,
वंस
it
और
could
फिर
beat up a few zombies, but I
हाँ
don't think it is the thing. It is the, you know, draft that might actually swing them the game.
आर्ट तो
Well,
मेरे फ्रेंड
folks,
लिस्ट में भी है
we are getting ready to go into the game. It's game number 3, best
Gordon
of
Art.
7. 1-1. And I think this is going to be a cracker to set the pace of the game. Usually, the third game is the one that kind of puts them into gear. It puts
Best of
everything in
7.
motion. And looking at the emblems as well.
जो
Everything looks
चार
set,
जीता वो
nothing
जीतेगा
really crazy. You got a
4
break
मैच
smite coming in from
जीतना है
Apex. Looking go rock that support emblem. A lot of mobility in and around the map. Nothing too
finals है
crazy
ना
so far, I would say, from what I see.
किमी अभी भी चलता है यस
But
चलता है ब्रो
that
you wanna talk
no.
about- The one thing that is kind of crazy is Kimmy with weakness finder, dude. That's gonna like slow the enemies down, obviously, but I don't think that's actually the most optimal, you know, set of the, you know, emblem for
Smart.
Kimmy.
He
But
gets
there's
pulled.
going to be a problem here. Art surviving barely. He's trying to heal himself up with the minions, man. Kind of missed
Yeah, he
that.
does. Oh, look at him, man. He goes in, misses out on.
बोलते हैं
Elite
वंस
one.
इंडिया का बेस्ट फैन ही है
Anti
शायद
gets it for
बोलते हैं
himself.
ऐसा
That's kind of like a blessing in disguise for SAUL. They have the smartest that can go quite aggressive.
दाजाई
early on.
वाला
Over here,
हमारा
just
मिड
looking
लेनर
to
है
stop the recalls of those two
मतलब
members. Could get a first blood. Forces out a
अच्छा
flicker.
दाजाई
Oh,
वाला
they
अच्छा
bit
समझ
the
गया
flicker for the
क्या
first
नाम था
blood.
भूल गया मैं
Dude, that's going to be until the next 2 minutes. That's going to be 3 minutes, 30 seconds. That's when Bit is going to have the next flicker available. But again, I think Kaja...
वाला की बोल रहा वाली बोलना क्या दादाई वाला साला कंफ्यूज कर दिया दादाई वाला
Here we go.
तुम डरा रहे क्या मेरे को भी बॉय हैं तुम डराने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं मेरे को कि देख ले
Yeah, Van
डेक्स्टर
already level 4. That's why I said here we go. Looking to get a target, bringing it on the mid lane. Art with a title strike on top of up.
ये आर्ट ना ये बहुत खेलता है कालिया बहुत अच्छा खेलता है वो मार दिया उसको हाँ देखा था मैंने
Thirsty for those kills, gets first blood.
कितना स्कोर है
This is where Soul needs to capitalize. Get this neutral objective quick. Here comes the black
नहीं अरे हाँ 1-1 वही वैन 1-1 हो गया साहिल 1-1 मतलब स्ट्रीम अरे आईडी चेक नहीं किया भाई मैंने किसी का आईडी चेक नहीं किया खोल के मैंने बस वो देखा लाइक तुम्हारा टीम देखा था ना नाम लिखा हुआ था ना तो वहाँ पे देखा 2 दादाई है तो मेरे को लगा तुमने लास्ट टाइम भी ऐसे किया था ना पोर्कमैन ऐसा कुछ 2 तब मैं सोचा
that. But
Best of
again,
7 है.
that was absolutely beautiful. That was very, very beautiful.
प्रोफाइल नहीं,
teamwork from the
मैंने
side team
किसी
as
का
well.
आईडी नंबर
They
डाल
are
के नहीं
playing it
खोल के देखा कि
pretty good this
क्या
time
खेलता है
around,
क्या
but
नहीं
the top
खेलता.
lane is where I'm actually kind of like really excited to see who is going to be the first one to take the L there. Esmeralda already getting the best advantage that she has because it's an Esmeralda against a CC. CC is definitely going to lose the lane, unless of course, you know, that CC
नहीं ऐसा मैंने
is
सुना था
champion.
शायद, लाइक बोलते हैं लोग. अब देखो
No,
अब
it's not.
एमएमआर वाला तो बात नहीं है,
Yeah.
लाइक टूर्नामेंट
At
में
this
खेलते
point, I
हैं ना
think
तो वो शायद अच्छा
they
खेलता है
have
वो.
kind of found
मतलब
the
अब पता
answer
नहीं
to
मैं
this for the
गलत
early
सुना
game.
सही
They need
सुना
to
बट ऐसा
translate
सुना
that a
तो है.
little bit more. How are they going to bridge the gap
यार
from
मेरे
the
को
early
ये
to the
चीज
mid?
बिल्कुल पसंद
For
नहीं आ
Soul,
रहा है
they
जब
need
से ये
to have
फाइटर
Anti
गोल्डन
kind of
आया है
scale
ना.
up. If I'm not
मजा
wrong,
ही
he's
नहीं
probably
आता आप
trying to
देख
build
के.
a Sky Piercer, get that item rocking and rolling. So Apex needs to
पहले
get
जब
these
मार्क्समैन
divine
मार्क्समैन
judgments
होता
on
था तब
point.
इतना अच्छा लगता था देख के.
Kakarot has been the key
अब
so
हर
far.
जगह
Game
फाइटर
number
ही है,
1
EXP
and
फाइटर,
game
गोल्ड
now
फाइटर.
game number 3 so far with this Guinevere. Knowing when to use the spatial migration can be a threat in the
हाँ.
backline. Can be that false hope that
Oh,
GodLike
picture.
might
Oh.
need, but here's the divine judgment coming in, take the spatial migration without
आठ
fear.
को दे मार दिया.
I'll be able to get that kill
बिट
onto
बिट
Art.
लो
Bid
है.
has to
नहीं
make it out of harm's way,
बिट
has
सही
the
हो
flicker
गया.
still using
यूनिटी खेल रहा है ना.
that
नहीं
gun
नहीं
to dish
नहीं.
out the damage. Van,
अभी नहीं,
he gets
यूनिटी
spotted
ने बोला
out.
कि
I
ये
don't think this
छोटा
is a
मोटा
good
टूर्नामेंट
idea
तुम
for him to
खेलो.
contest that jungle. He
जब
gets
इंटरनेशनल
definitely
जाएंगे
not
ना
worth it.
देन यूनिटा विल
Neither
जॉइन.
is it for Romcom. It's 4 members that's moving to the bot side. Romcom holding his own for a while, knowing that Turtle's going to be the next target. He has the Black Dragon for him. I'm not sure if it's a good idea for them to contest, but Soul secured the second Turtle of the game.
अरे देखो इंडिया का इंटरनेशनल क्यों नहीं होगा ना, क्योंकि इंडिया को वो चाहिए होगा, एक्सपोजर चाहिए होगा उनको. 2-3-4-5 बार ना उनके अगेंस्ट खेलना होगा जाके.
Because they try to actually find an opening, but they can't find any
क्योंकि
opening.
क्योंकि
because
देखो
how
अब
S8UL
इतने
are
बाहर
playing.
से टीमें
Top
आती है,
lane
ठीक है,
is
अपने अपने
not actually having
रीजन में
any,
इतना मस्त करती है, बट जब
actual
इंडो और
whatsoever.
फिलीपींस के
Are
सामने
trading
जाते हैं
blows, but that's about it.
ऐसा लगता है कि
If
भाई
any
रैंक
strong
खेल रहे हैं.
topside man is going in. I see off camera
इंडिया
Esmeralda
हाँ जा
running
रहा है.
away, and that's gonna be fate.
देखते हैं
Giving
क्या होता है.
Radium a taste of his fate this
एक
time.
मेन स्टेज है,
Previous
एक
game,
वाइल्ड
they
कार्ड है,
actually
ऐसा
ended up
सुनने
winning,
में आया
but
ना.
this time Fate is still winning the gold lane.
वो तो क्वालिफाई होगा ना,
With the help
वो
of
मैच
Nancy.
टूर्नामेंट होगा उसके लिए. ऐसा ना बस इंडिया से टीम उठा
Yeah,
के
I think at this
भेज दिया.
point on the top side, you can see GodLike already getting and
सब
hacking away at the
qualification
turret.
होता है.
Oh,
Oh!
Tsunami Slam out of the target,
Bid
but
दिया.
here comes the Fury of the Phoenix, but at the right time, the spatial migration catches Bid. Apex gets
हाँ.
that kill though. Title strike to make it out, but I think they're going to chase him
Oh,
down. Anti
oh,
comes in, forces
GG.
the flicker, but they flicker
मारा.
forward to get that kill. And Anti
Van, what you
strikes.
doing?
And now
Oh,
Van
Fanny,
goes to the
Fanny,
steel
Fanny,
cables,
Fanny.
beam out of the back line. Romcom goes to the
He's
Black
on.
Dragon for him. I'll be able to make it alive with the help of a flicker.
एक तो मेरा प्रीमियम ही नहीं है ना, इतना ऐड आता है मेरे खुद के स्ट्रीम पे ऐड आता
Now
है.
you can see they're trying to make a sandwich out of him, making sure they can get that tier 1 spatial migration. But the Violent Requiem
टूर्नामेंट
connects,
में
and they're able to get the kill. Fate looking to chase them down with the yo-yo blitz, gets the double after the curtain call. And now
टूर्नामेंट में वॉरेक्स क्यों लेते हैं ये लोग? वॉरेक्स क्यों नहीं लेंगे ब्रो? ओए 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 किसी को तो पकड़ा, नहीं पकड़ा.
Members looking to get that Tsunami Slam, but nice use of the Mortal Coil to get an immune on it, making sure Art doesn't catch anyone.
वॉरेक्स क्यों नहीं लेंगे ब्रो?
Again, the side of team is that you
No, but Warwick's
slowly
खराब है
losing
क्या?
up all the momentum that they've had since the starting of the game.
वही तो
However, the
टिंगू
side
क्या
of
बोल
team
रहा है? वॉरेक्स
GodLike,
स्कोर
I feel
वॉरेक्स
like
क्यों
they're
लेते हैं?
making a lot of pressure plays. They're making good ones, but it's all under pressure. So
आवाज देने वाला मैं
slip up
अभी
here
लिया,
and there.
अभी
In the
सोल अभी.
previous fight, I think there was a little bit of a issue overall, but the
हाँ.
Tsunami Slam connecting
अरे
to the
बहुत
Mortal
annoying
Coil
है.
was there.
वो Romcom
And I
ले
think
लिया.
Romcom getting himself the turtle is actually kind of like important. Vance gets taken down by Anti, and that's gonna follow through with one more because their ultimate
Anti
is
पागल हो गया.
not gonna stop. It's going to give him even more opportunities to get even more. There's gonna be one more possibly. He's got the Mortal Coil. He's getting the passive locked in. He gets another one mega kill, but shut down by Art. And that's gonna be Anti getting to the first L of the game, and now it's gonna be followed through by Art.
भाई क्या हो रहा है आर्ट को ऐसे क्या?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but he's been caught between a rock and a hard place. He can't really escape with Kalea, dude.
माउस खाली वाइजी के लिए
That is the
बोला था.
best course of action, and Bid can't really do much against that.
वाइजी का वॉरेक्स लेगा तो क्या लेगा? हंटर स्ट्राइक लेगा.
They really did. GodLike found an opening, and they wanted a strike, and they did.
But Ubby's Fury of the Phoenix was on point, but the Black Dragon form from Romcom making sure going right to the target. Kakarot is the one that needed to shut down. He's the one disrupting the composition of GodLike the most. So Romcom understood, went in, Black Dragon, straight petrified.
हील उसका कम नहीं हो गया, उसका पैसिव वो नहीं हो गया टिंगू, नर्फ नहीं हो गया पैसिव,
but still Soul walking out
हील
with a
कम
slight
मिलता
bit
है
of
ना
an
अभी,
advantage. Like you said, Art caught between a rock and a
उसका
hard place.
पैसिव घट गया ना, लो हो गया ना, तो वॉरेक्स नहीं रहेगा तो भाई उसका सस्टेन होगा ही नहीं इतना ज़्यादा.
1-3-1. He wants to go for the pickoff, and he has been. Just like now, this time finds the right target. Van comes in, but he can see Fury of the Phoenix doesn't stop nobody. Kakarot get taken down by the Black Dragon form coming in right now from Romcom. He's looking to chase, but doesn't have the Petrify. Already used up earlier. Fate
First item Queen Wing जाओगे.
And now Soul one member down. GodLike chasing them away, zoning out members, converted into a neutral objective.
Oh man, Fanny, you try to actually push the bot lane?
जब तक Queen Wings बनेगा तब तक गेम कुछ और नहीं हो जाएगा टिंगू.
The previous team fight for the side of team SO-DIMM was a big L. I did not expect, you know, obviously, Apex to just fall down like that. He wasn't able to connect anything meaningful. But overall, I think that the side of team SO-DIMM still do have the advantage overall. They do have a 1,000 gold lead to their side. GodLike are not far behind. They're able to actually bridge the gap that they had between both of them. And now they might actually just try to bait the enemies to reveal their positions with the Lord that's coming up. Art already kind of like in the open. He's just there. All the 5 enemies on the side of team GodLike. They've gotten engaged. Tsunami Slam is right now there. But the Fury of the Phoenix again stopping Art in his place. But Bid is able to get the kill on Apex. Purify wasted on Radium. That's going to be, you know, Radium getting taken down. Ben is going to be crazy right now. There's going to be another one because Bid is going to find the kill on Kakarot, who even used the window.
तो screenshots कितना size का होता है?
At the end of the day, doesn't really matter. He was taken down. There was 5 people.
2 MB का screenshot होना होगा
no
जिनका.
option to actually back off from that. No spatial migration. And that's going to be a big problem here because SO-DIMM are going to lose on this one. Tidal strike with the Tsunami Slam, but that's going to be Vance Athoru getting the kill onto the enemy Martis. And that's going to be Abby also falling through. That's going to be all the members from the side of team SO-DIMM be taken out. But they're back in action again. All 5
First item Hunter Strike. Hey.
Well, all 5 members were down and out. Not just
Hunter Strike से तुमको सिर्फ damage मिलेगा ना टिंगू.
But with the way that Soul
sustain मिलेगा Hunter Strike से वो बताओ.
looking to capitalize, get the
तुम बोल रहे Queen Wings तो Queen Wings बनाना पड़ेगा ना bro. But either Warwick से तुमको sustain damage दोनों मिल रहे हैं.
Down Kakarot now as much as possible. GodLike have adapted.
For first item priority की
बात
कर रहा हूँ.
They have adapted so far, and taking a look at the itemizations. Hope they have adapted here. Dreadnought armor in the hands of Romcom, knowing who is the target. Meanwhile, on the other side, nothing too crazy. A first item fleeting time coming in from Apex. Left them to be a little more squishy. That's why we saw a fewer
backline जाते जाते अगर उसकी back तोड़ दी किसी ने तो फिर क्या करेगा?
Rose Gold Meteor there. The Lord is already crashing in on the top side. A tier 2 taken away. They do have the holy defense. The holy shields are available, so they'll be able to defend this Lord on the top side. But meanwhile, they will lose the tier 1s both in the mid lane and the bot side. And now the bot side tier 2 is going to be the target. Spatial migration comes up, but what a Black Dragon form! Catching him at the right time! Making sure that spatial migration is rendered useless. Fury of the Phoenix comes in as well, but you can see Tsunami Slam locking him down. Art catches the anti, but he gets a shutdown. Apex gets taken away. But Van flying in with the steel cables doesn't find a target. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Soul are able to defend.
My God, they did lose. They ended up losing all the tier 2s. They ended up losing all the tier 1s. However, it's a small price to pay. They might have actually lost in terms of the architectural structures that they had to actually defend against, like, you know, defend for. But overall, I think that them having all 3 tier 2s, I'm sorry, tier 3s, are actually the one thing that I can actually look forward to, you know, keep their high ground advantage. They can play and make the enemies try to force force themselves into a team fight that they might actually just lose. I think that they can actually do that. S8UL really still do have an opportunity. GodLike though, they are pushing down the pressure, and they've got another engage. Fury the Phoenix. I think that's going to be another tsunami slam to actually evade this. Oh my god, the spatial migration was absolutely rendered useless. But we've got the big black dragon form in the air, scaring S8UL, forcing them to go back, and the dragon has landed now. S8UL though, they're afraid of the dragon and whatever comes behind the dragon, and they actually were forced to go back.
Forced to go back. 14 seconds to the Lord. They've burned out a big ultimate, and I think this is the opportunity for them to look and lock down this Lord. And Soul should be looking to take that at this moment. Brute Force secured by Kakarot, going in towards a tankier build that doesn't want to get any damage down whatsoever. He's going to be the false engage before Apex goes in. Radium goes to the Falling Star Moon. Art Title Strike doesn't connect onto anyone. Looking for the right target. Doesn't want to dive. So far, oh no, look at Van. He goes into the back line. No purple buff. He's looking to execute somebody with the cable cutthroat. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, they find the target. Tsunami Slam right on top of Ubby. He's mispositioned himself. And now Kakarot, what a spatial migration. Catches two members, but he can stay. They come in the mortal coil. Finds a double for Anti. Did have to run away. Make that three. They traded one, but Soul found the opening, and Kakarot's the one to deal that and make sure they get the kills in the pocket of Anti. Those Sky Piercers are definitely starting to hurt. Soul looking to secure this Lord and convert this into some internal tower structures.
Hey, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Have you noticed the fact that Apex was forcing, obviously, Van to actually force the retribution off of him? I think that was very important, because that now makes GodLike in a position where they can't actually contest for turtle. Even if they were able to actually micro away from Kaja and still steal this turtle, they could not, because there's no retribution, and that's going to be a very, very big loss for the side of Team GodLike if they lost their jungler, at least in this stage of the game. He has the blue buff, so he's got a lot of windows of opportunity to escape whatever the side of Team S8UL might actually throw at him to actually take him out. But the side of Team GodLike, they've got Lord marching in on their side. That's going to be 11 seconds for the Lord to connect onto their tier 3, but that's where Soul is going to capitalize on. They're going to take the tier 2 with the bot lane, and that's going to be another minion wave that's going to connect onto the bot lane tier 3.
Oh well, now they're at the inhibitors, looking to take it down. GodLike looking to defend. Traction Pulse misses out. Kakarot, his spatial migrations have been crucial. They have been on point. And GodLike are been scrambling around it. Meanwhile, in the top side, Anti giving chase to Van, but in the mid lane, they're able to defend their inhibitor. The Lord is still left standing. It gives more time for more super minions to be spawned up. 11 seconds, 10 is what we're looking at. 15, 10 is when the next super minion wave will come up, and I think Soul understand that. They need more pressure. They need as much time as possible, and yes, they found it. The Lord crashing in on the top side, but hey, I think GodLike, good defense.
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, I think even without the Holy Shield, they were able to defend against the Lord, but let's just face it, the side of Team S8UL really aren't putting that much pressure into taking fights right now. They've already bridged the gap of whatever they had. They've even surpassed that gap of gold and especially kills. They are now in the position of power. They are able to actually dictate this for the stage of the game to their advantage. However, the side of Team GodLike are not really far behind. They've got an opportunity. If push comes to shove, they might actually just take the advantage of anything that could be considered a mistake from the side of Team S8UL. And I think Art knows what he wants to do. He wants to catch either Kakarot or at least, at the very least, Ubby or Assam.
Well, they need to find the right targets. If they gotta go to Ubby, he has to make sure the celestial
Hello,
armor
Nuri,
is
welcome
broken off
back
first.
to the stream.
At this point,
जो बोल रहा
I
हो
think
करो,
Kakarot's
check
the
message.
best target. You need to catch
Check
him
your
before
DM,
the spatial
Nuri.
migration or even after. But if you catch him, you gotta burst him down. And GodLike have done that so far. But every time Art tries to go in, he gets caught up. And so far, all the damage on the eggs, I mean, all the damage in the basket of Anti that Martis, he has the stacks in the Sky Piercer. I wish I could really take a look at how many stacks he has.
You saw,
And not just what items he's got in store. I think
समझ
probably
गया.
80 at this point, does he? Because that's the first item he rocked in game number 1. I think he rocked that this game as well. The Lord is up, however.
You
And
know,
Soul
I will do it.
have
I will.
first peek at it. Art coming in from the side, looking to get somebody down.
look
Tidal
at that.
strike on top of Radium, but he is quite tanky. Has a lot of shield. Gets himself Blood Wings to add it more to it as well. And now Lord already 20,000 HP. They're looking to burst it down. Traction pulse
Utna
misses.
अच्छे से नहीं
Lord's
आएगा.
knockup catches them, but here comes Romcom with a Black Dragon Fall. Look like Fury of Phoenix for Retribution at the right time. Van goes into the back line. Anti able to pick off Art as Romcom able to pick up Ubby. And now Romcom gets caught in the spatial migration. Will get taken away. Anti on a double. And now SAUL are on the hunt. They flicker forward, looking for more. Anti's thirsty. But GodLike not giving them any more. Do not want to give away more advantage.
That was a possible two-man wipe. I cannot actually believe that the side of Team GodLike would make that kind of mistake, especially knowing the fact that Zacian, the
कर लो,
Fury of
कर लो,
Phoenix, is
ignore
going to
कर
be the
लो.
biggest threat in terms of actually taking the Lord. Contesting in this one was a direct denial from the side of Team S8UL. They completely shut down whatever idea that GodLike might have actually taken to get into that Lord pit. But again, at the end of the day, I think S8UL have won the fight, but they might actually have to put
Landscape
even more
के लिए
effort to
मतलब?
win the war. Lord marching in, connecting in 3 seconds.
अच्छा वो.
Do you think they might actually be able
ठीक
to
है,
end it
ठीक
right
है.
now?
Oh, Tidal Strike Tsunami Slam catches the one member. That's going to be Anti, but they get the inhibitor on the top side. Radium falling Star Moon to disengage the Lord. He's already knocking at the base crystal. They have Ubhi trying to clear out the mid lane. A little bit
देखो,
of
double duels
a
हैं.
misstep taken by
He
Soul.
wants.
Now
अच्छा
they're
अच्छा
trying to
अच्छा
regroup.
ठीक है ठीक
I'm
है
not
ठीक
sure
है
if
ठीक है रोरी.
Ubhi is there at the... okay, I don't know what he's doing. He's
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है.
Bro's taking the Lethal Wanderer when they kind of need him at this point. I don't know if he has the vision for it. They don't want to dive. Okay. I figured it was a great opportunity for Soul still
She
to
wants
go
me
for
to
it. They
stay.
have the advantage. They have already baited out a couple of ultimates coming in from the other
Story
side.
वाला गया.
And I
Didn't
think
you
it
say
was
like that?
okay for them to go
Yes
for
yes
it,
because.
but it seems like they
नहीं
didn't
तो
want
मैं
to.
बोला
You can
ऐसा
see
मैं
21
बोलूँगा.
stacks on the Sky Piercer for a
If you
bid.
don't pick up.
He has been dishing out the damage quite a lot. Maybe Anti's 80 already? Yeah, bro's at 80 stacks. He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare for them.
That's crazy, man. But I just asked ChatGPT why Asuna as a Zacian went for the Little Wanderer, and it tells me that back in the day, apparently Chinese empresses actually preferred cabbage soup, and that's exactly why. Thank you, ChatGPT,
That's
for
luck.
answering that. So we understand why Abhi was there. Asuna had to actually, do the role play and get the Chinese Empress and him out before he actually engaged in the next crucial team fight.
I mean, it gets the double buff as well, goes complete damage. At this point, looking to dish out as much as possible. Lightning Truncheon,
नहीं करेगा ना
Divine Blade,
रोरी.
Glowing Wand, Wishing Lantern. Along with that, get a fleeting time. It has hybrid attack, so you know you're going to dish out a lot of damage. You're going to get the cooldowns to your ultimate as well. Radium right now gets caught. He goes in for the Falling Star Moon. Purify not being used up, but you can see nice use of that as well on top of Kakarot. They catch him with the spatial migration comes through. Winter Crown being used, but the Black Dragon gets melted
Who
down.
deleted your
That's
chat?
80 stacks what we're talking about, and Radium gets taken away with the help of the curtain call. Immortality's pop left, right, and center, but Van's gonna be the target trying to run away.
No.
But Anti, he gets caught, but doesn't get taken down. Finds the right opportunity, but I don't think Van wants to go in. Apex is present, protecting the damage dealer. That shutdown could have been costly, but able to survive and make it out alive.
क्यों?
But the factor of the matter is,
हाँ, चुप
alright,
रहेगा, मैं कुछ
Anti
नहीं
has
बोलेगा,
the
कोई नहीं,
ultimate,
छोड़ो.
he does have it. Enemies are all low. If he actually connects the ultimate, he would have actually gotten the killing spree talent, refreshed his HP a little bit, felt more, alive, and then continued the fight. But look, I don't know what was happening over there. He used the flicker to disengage. Very good decision, obviously. But the thing is, I think that he had the opportunity to go for a 30 kill.
No, in that turtle fight though, we'll get in that buff fight, we'll get back to it. But right now, the Lord already 15,000 HP, 16,000 traction pulse, pulling Anti back to Immortal Coil comes in. They're looking to contest. They don't have the retribution. There it is.
Oh.
The Phoenix Bumblebee able to steal the Lord. Art goes down, but he gets a shutdown bid. Anti, he got the job done, but at what cost? The gold is in the pocket of the mid lane. The damage dealer that they were looking for.
All right, Viva.
Instantly. The
बोलेगा,
goal lead
बोलेगा.
has almost been neglected, has almost been negated at this point. Soul do not have loads of advantage, but they
I'm back.
definitely
Welcome
have
back,
this
Maria.
evolved Lord. And I think they're looking to end the game. 30 seconds for
Oh,
Anti
Mara.
to spawn. He's the
Here
main
the
damage
Phoenix.
dealer, but they don't care. They dive in. They get the one that they want the most, and
Khana
that's
khali do.
mid. Vance flying in. I don't think it's the right time to do so, my friend. Godlike are looking down the barrel of a shotgun.
Call pick
As
koribi
Soul
na.
going in. Spatial migration.
Bibi
from
call
Kakarot,
pick
catching
koribi
him
na.
once again. Fate should be getting caught
Kya?
now, but never survive. Another spatial
Mana?
migration. A Petrify coming through. But Romcom's Black Dragon form is not enough. As
हाँ ये
Soul
सर
find the
कॉपी का
base
मैंने नहीं
personal.
पिया आज तक
It's a 2-1 score.
कॉल पिक करीबी ना
Dude, what is that damage on the Nexus? What the? What in all things that's actually good was that damage on the Nexus, dude? I wish Argus had that
ये
much damage
इंसान
on
ना
that Nexus.
नोटिफिकेशन से मैसेज पढ़ रहा है पता है अभी वो
It
blue tick
ran
भी नहीं आ
down
रहा
in a second. I can't
Alright.
blue tick भी नहीं आ
believe
रहा
It that purple buff fight, right?
Notification-
That's kind of where it
notification
changed
से ignore
everything.
रहा हूँ
I
अभी
think Godlike found the right target. Art went in. He had the tsunami slam locked down onto Anti. He knew that was supposed to be the target. There was no mortal coil available, so it was the perfect time to use it. But Apex was just one step ahead. He went in. That's when he locked down the not onto Anti. He locked it down onto Kakarot. Right?
Yeah.
Because you could see he wasn't able to use the retribution. He was locked down by that tsunami slam. Instantly, Apex pops in the divine
नहीं
judgment.
नहीं उसका blue tick
That
है
gets
वो
cancelled
notification
out,
से
and
देख
now
रहा है
that
बस
gives a second opportunity for Kakarot to engage. Spatial migration goes into the back
Dexter
line, and
क्या
now you're looking at
Dexter wanna see
everyone
some pictures I took
vulnerable on
right
the side
now
of
nah
Godlike.
I don't wanna
And
see
that was more
I just
than
wanna
enough
see
for
one
them to dish out the
person
damage. And of course,
I just want to
Abhi
see
knew
one
what his
person and I'm
assignment was. He
calling
was the one who has to dish
but
out
वो उठा नहीं रहा
everything. Because the rest of the members
I just want to
didn't
see
really
one
have
person
it.
और
Yes,
वो
you
उठा
have
नहीं रहा
Anti on the Sky
Okay,
Piercer, but
वरना और
he's
थोड़ा
the
सा
finish. You
मस्त
need
हो
the
रहा
poke coming in,
Acting
and you need to
Dexter
come in from a range.
क्या acting
And
Dexter
Abhi did the job well, got the
साला
job well done.
I'm
and
not
Soul
acting okay
knew
उठाओ जो
what
बोल
to
रहा हो वो
do,
करो ना
whom to target, when to be, who's got to be the bait. And unfortunately, in this case, Godlike's art just kept falling for the bait.
मत मारो
And
बेल्ट
Soul
से
just
यार
came out with a victory.
Hey yo, this is what happens when you try to overthink into what you have to do.
Bag
I
her,
think
bag
Arthur,
her.
You could have taken a back seat, try to
कर ही
play
दो
with
उन्हें
the enemies engaging onto you,
सुनता
like
ही
how
नहीं है
Apex was trying to do.
You don't wanna
Throughout
see
the
Dexter
course of
नहीं
this
नहीं I
game,
don't
you
I
used
don't
Kaja to its beautiful fullest. I believe that I actually said that it was like a makeshift kind of team composition, but it did end up working out for the side of Team SA.
अरे उठाओ ना
Head to head,
अरे
We've got GodLike, CC versus Radiums. Radiums, Esperada, and that we understand what just
Mil-
happened. CC, even though Fate played him amazing, it's
Yes,
not
yes,
that
I
much
am
of
bad,
an impact
guys, I am
compared
bad.
to what Radium bought.
Why would
every
I
single
why
team fight.
why won't you वो बताओ
Yeah.
Why won't you?
and I think given the fact that the meta has shifted more towards a little bit of a brawly composition.
Why
coming
can't
in
you
from both
why
teams,
should
more
why couldn't you
tankier,
नहीं why
more fighter
can't
heavy
you
in the goal lane.
why can't you
You
वो
know,
बताओ मेरे को
Radium has not been able to play the picks that he likes. Right? He loves to play the claw. He loves to play marksman in general, man. He's a great
Okay.
marksman expert. He's a marksman specialist from India, if I may say so. And I don't think there are many that are better. Arguably, maybe Kyle when he was in his peak form. At this moment, I
मैं
can,
बहुत मस्त
I
दिख रहा हूँ
can
by the way
gladly say Fate
It's your
does not
last
match
chance,
up to
okay?
the marksman that Radium can
और नहा धो
to
के
the
बैठा
play
हूँ
of
मैं मस्त
marksman that Radium has in his pocket, right? His hero pool is quite deep in terms of marksman. He knows how to lane in terms of being in the goal lane, knows how to play. Basically, he's a marksman expert, bro. The point is, like,
keep trying
the,
I will keep
the
trying
meta
don't
just
worry
doesn't give him
Bad.
the opportunity to shine.
I will
Exactly.
keep trying
But
I will keep trying
using that, utilizing that, Soul know that it's okay. Give Radium
नंगा
a
है
hero
क्या?
that
छी,
he can
नंगा नहीं
lane
हूँ।
well with, that he doesn't die too
नंगा
much,
थोड़ा
can
रहूंगा,
hold his own, and that's what he did. Once he did that, it's all right. You turn into the other side. You got to protect Abhi, who has been the carry for the entire game with
पूरा
120,000 damage on this Zetian. And unfortunate that Godlike did not know whom to pick off, and they tried, but they just didn't succeed, man.
Forget the amount of damage
yeah.
that Abhi dealt, dude. Think about that beautiful ultimates throughout the game, yeah? The Fury of the Phoenix completely negated whatever that Godlike actually wanted to use as an engaged tool. From every single team fight, the moment the Fury of the Phoenix actually connected, every single plan of Godlike got shut down instantly. I think Zacian in the hands of Abi is an absolute nightmare. He was able to completely stop and negate whatever that Godlike actually used as an engage. Tsunami Slam, when it crashed, you got a stun on the Kalea. You can't really follow up with the second skill. You can't really follow up with your team because your team is stunned. They don't know what to do anymore because then they just end up losing the fight instantly with how Asuna just had that beautiful Fury of the Phoenix connect every single time.
And you know what though? I
Yeah.
with all that's been going on, with Ubby taking the spotlight for Soul, with Radium trying to play more of a supportive role in terms of what he can provide for the team, not being the main source of damage, rather, if I may correct myself. And with Art stealing the stage along with Bid, oh my goodness, that guy is an absolute beast of a mid laner, doing the best that he can for Godlike. Van picking up these assassins, being the flashy player that he is. People forget that Kakarot can still play Fanny. Kakarot can still play the Lancelot. And in fact, he's one of the best players of Fanny
ये एपेक्स
in
रोम
India.
प्लेयर है ना.
And
यस
for
यस
the fact
एपेक्स रोम
that
प्लेयर
he
है.
has been confined to playing Guinevere, Fredrin, Boxia, where he is absolutely insane nonetheless. Like, Soul do have a plethora of heroes to choose from. I just think they haven't figured out the draft and how they would like to play. Maybe this is a style they've kind of confined Kakarot into playing, but even then, he is shining with whatever he's given. Right? With whatever given, whatever.
कभी ओपोनेंट में आया क्या आपके?
I don't know, man.
मेरे तो नहीं आया.
When are they gonna let loose the chains
मुंबई से
of
वो नहीं खेलता ना मैं.
Kakarot and kind of turn the tide?
ये जो इनका वो है ना, सोल का जो जंगलर है जोसेफ, वो आ रखा है एनिमी में.
Like, put that rocket from Soul onto Kakarot, put it onto Radium, and let them shine and see how it works. But hey, it's been working so far with what they've drafted, what game plan they've come up with. Unfortunately, GodLike have to take the backseat and make it, and as the score is 2-1 in this best of 7. But folks, we are going into a short break to make sure the players get enough rest, and we will be back. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the RNG Cup Grand Finals, and I think we're ready to rock and roll. We've had a small players have had a small break. They're all ready to rumble. We saw 3 games back to back. 2 games for Soul, game number 1 and game number 3, and 1 for GodLike. They found their head, but then again, Soul had another trick up their sleeve. Are we gonna see it one more time, Crooks?
I possibly do have that idea that S8UL might actually just get another pocket pick. Hopefully not Martis this time. It's overused. Because Anti, let's face it, man, you're good with the Martis. You're damn amazing. You make the plays that are needed. And, well, the jungler might actually have a hard time against you when you play the Martis. But, dude, you really want to go for Martis again and again? No, it just doesn't make, for a fun time. It does, however, make everyone who actually plays Martis a lot happy, cheer. So how about this? Anti, go for an Argus pick. Just listen to me. Trust me.
All right, bro, this guy started again. I was all pumped up, and then this guy just killed the pump by saying Argus. Just kidding. But you're right, though. In terms of the Martis, how much more? How much more are they going to use it, right? Are they gonna bring it out a 3rd game, and are GodLike still gonna let it go, and are they gonna lose once again? Then it becomes a 3-1, and then if you ban out the Martis, then you've already fallen into the trap. Then it's a little too late, I would say. So now the question is this Martis really the key? Because I feel like yes, but also let's not forget that you have Radium on a very strong pick in the gold lane, like the Esmeralda. You have Kakarot on that Guinevere, right? They're the ones that are kind of giving the poke, giving the crowd control, allowing Anti to go and use that Decimate to get those kills, rack up those stacks in the Sky Piercer, and let Abby play a high ground mage where you have that poking ability for him to come and be the executioner. So yes, it makes sense. The idea works well, but how much more are they gonna abuse the fact that this Martis can be used, can be picked up, and it's a great pocket pick?
Look, in the end of the day, it's not just the Martis that I'm actually worried about. The one thing that I'm actually thinking about is the fact that Art really does not have an idea as to what to do against the Martis. So if he's got to go for the Kalea again, the 2nd game, which obviously went really good for the side of Team GodLike, they had the overwhelming advantage throughout the whole, all 3 phases of the game. However, in the 2nd game, even though he actually is very proficient with the hero Kalea, he did not have a really good response to that Martis. Well, in the game, I'm not talking about the pick. And the pick of Kalea is pretty good either way. But in terms of gameplay, I think Kalea did not stand a chance against the Martis. If they have to get the Martis away, if they're not going to ban it like they did in the 2nd game, I recommend having a hero that can actually disable him or keep him in place. See, look, if they're going for a pocket pick, if they're going for something like a Martis, how about going for a Mincetar that disables the Mortal Coil, does not allow him to actually become, CC immune, use the 2nd skill at all. So there are heroes that are actually still viable, something that are laying under layers of snow, dirt, and ice, but it's like, in the Tundra, nobody really wants to use them because they are not proven to actually have any effect in the game. But again, that's a hero like Martis. Martis has not been very effective in the game and still manages to show some light in terms of actually winning Soul the game.
Well, yes. Well said in terms of what the Martis can provide, right? Definitely has the ability to bring Soul back. But again, man, is this the depth that Soul can go to? That's my question. Like, is this really how far Soul can? Is this the deepest that you can reach into Soul's pocket? Do you still have the CC that's available, or have they like just tunnel vision at this point? You never know. Sometimes they say, if it's not broken, why fix it? And I'm a believer in that. But then again, like, amen. At this point, I think the opponents are strategizing. They're looking at how they can change things, how they can evolve themselves. GodLike adapt and evolve within the game throughout the series. They've done that in game number 2. They've done that throughout multiple tournaments, and I think they're doing that right now with game number. They've done that in game number 2, and they're probably going to do that in game number 4 as well. So I'm not sure how this will change, how this will work out, right? Are they going to adapt? Are they going to be able to get advantage for game number 4? That's the biggest question.
did you notice that in all 3 games we didn't get one single Hilda pick or ban? Do you think both of the teams are boycotting the hero? Like they don't want to have the Hilda at all in any of the matches? Do you think they're actually sleeping on that hero? Do you think that it's a good possibility to keep the Hilda on your side to actually get maybe an advantage? You know, I think GodLike would actually benefit from having the Hilda, but do you think Art would go for the Hilda?
I think Hilda is a great pick. Art could definitely go for the Hilda. Art, someone that can really maximize what he's bringing in from the Hilda. Hey, we got a change on the Hindi desk as well. You got Fredo in the house, you know, taking the place of Shinryo this time. I think RV and SM definitely going to be breaking down the game quite a bit as we know them to do, and adding Fredo to the mix, hey man, a lot can happen. But of course, you can see the players and the teams are smiling. They're happy. They're laughing it out. So they're ready to go to game number 4. And I think, or rather, game number 4. And if you ask me, I think they're quite excited in terms of how things are going about, how enjoying the LAN, I might say, enjoying the experience of being out in Kolkata.
Hey man, and if you're still nearby and you haven't gone to the LAN, it's happening right now in Newtown. Novotel Hotel. I'm so sorry. I actually, that is kind of like a tongue twister, but overall, just forgive me for that one. Novotel Hotel in Newtown, Kolkata. Make sure you stop by. Make sure you actually go to the venue and have some fun with all the team players, viewers, and everyone who's there, because this is something that you don't want to sleep on. It's the Gyan Gaming X Rystar Cup. And hey, we've got the first banning phase being done for already, man. Kronos, it's
yeah, I think with the draft being underway, the first few bans are off the table. This time Soul on the blue side, GodLike on the red. Easton Shin, Freya, Guinevere taken off the table. Doesn't it look similar to what we've seen so far? The Guinevere being an adaptation. Of course, on the other side, however, GodLike sticking to their guns and what they know most and what they've practiced and what they have really set out to achieve, right? So the first pick being Esmeralda this time in the hands of Radium. He's done well, so why change that factor? This time they don't have the Guinevere, so what's going to be the option on the other side? You can see Art on the Grok. It's a great hero in their own position. You're looking to dominate the river as much as you can. You got Romcom on this Yuzhong. Again, could be flexing to the goal lane. I'm not really a fan of the Yuzhong in the goal lane, if I may say so, but here in the EXP lane, of course, he's going to dominate the skies, like dive into the back line. So what are they going to put Abi on? What are they going to put Apex on? They can still go for something like a Kalea, which is left up in the air. Add that with some maybe a CC in the EXP lane. So now you know you can die. You have a tanky composition going in. Fanny, I spoke about it. I told you guys before we went into the break. Let the dog loose. And they did it. Kakarot on this Fanny. Now it's going to be absolute cinema, folks.
Oh man, in all honesty, I feel like right now there's big problems with whatever I'm seeing. I'm seeing expanding rivers. There's going to be a rock on the side of Team GodLike. And as we all know from Pokemon logic, rock types are weak against water types. We've got ground types, we've got dragon types, we've got even flying types. But overall, I believe that Fanny being there from the side of Team S8UL might actually just be a big boon for their side, because the Grok, he's got Earthen Rampart. He's going to summon up a wall. But the funny part is, Fanny actually uses walls to her advantage. She's got, you know, the steel cables that lead up to tornado strikes that do massive amounts of damage. And if in closed spaces, I believe that Fanny has the best advantage. Unless, of course, you know, Grok decides to use Tectonic Charge and then boom. Because obviously, rock types are definitely very strong against flying types.
You know what, man? I love the Pokemon logic. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the biggest fan of Pokemon myself.
Yes,
but
sir.
then, those who are watching, they're the biggest fans of Mobile Legends 5v5.
Hey,
as
man,
it's called in India. And right now, we're looking at how they're gonna answer and reply back to this Fanny. I like the CC being picked up. I thought it'll be on the side of Soul, but it seems like GodLike have gone for it, so it's gonna be CC in the gold lane. Harith being banned out because we know how Radium still likes to play the Harith. They are trying to read, maybe overthink that this Esmeralda could be an EXP flex. Joy taken off the table. We've seen we know they can play Joy in the mid lane, maybe in the jungle in the hands of Van. There's not a lot of crowd control coming in, not a lot of lockdown. I think a Kalea has to come out here from Seoul. Otherwise, you're really putting Kakarot in a predicament. Although they do have a Grok being picked up. They do have their EX laner and their gold laner kind of already sorted out. So the Kalea can be left open. They lock down the Leomord, prevent any sort of early aggression, right? So the Leomord's off the table. The Claude being banned out, so they're really looking at his Esmeralda in the EX lane. Lunox being picked up right now in the hands of Bid. This is something we wanted to see in game number 2, game number 1 even. Now Bid is there with the Lunox. This Fanny, oh my god, I'm excited, bro. Not gonna lie. Kakarot on the Fanny. I'm gonna call it. This game is gonna be absolute cinema. Absolute cinema, bro. I mean, you can't say SAUL are gonna win it outright. Of course, GodLike are gonna prevent that. We're gonna see what's gonna come out in the jungle. It could be a Lancelot with an assassin battle. They could go for the Hayabusa for all you know, because Van really has the assassin to lock down himself. I'm just excited. I haven't seen Kakarot play Fanny like in a long time. So, well, at least they now know they have that option to flex it, especially Apex. He has been playing with Jay for a very long time, right? We know Apex and Jay and Radium, that trio go a way back, and Jay never really could play the Fanny in competitive scene. So now with Kakarot coming into the mix, Apex might not be used to it. Maybe it took a while to adapt to it, but now with this Fanny, and not just any Fanny, a really good Fanny prop, arguably the best one in India. We'll find out, of course, but this last 2 picks, what's it going to be? Is it going to be a Zetian in the back line? Are you really going to maybe take the Kimmy even, right? I would say Kimmy would be great in the mid lane. And then in the EXP, maybe go, I don't know, are you really going to lock down the Arlot? Maybe a Sora even?
Look, I think that Sora would actually be a good pick here because the enemy GodLike obviously only have the option to take the jungle, and I believe that Sora cannot be countered with, well, I mean, Lunox can, but other than that, I believe that there's no opportunity for the side of Team GodLike to counter a Sora pick. However, I wouldn't recommend it as the best option here. I'd say
it is better to be feared than loved.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have any opinion here. They're still gonna go for the Valentina though, huh?
Hold up.
Surprise, surprise. Wait, what?
Bro, what are they cooking, bro?
What?
Is that a mispick, or are we seeing anti on the Amon right now? Is that a mixed pick? I mean, is that a mispick, or are we seeing anti on the? Okay, all right. Look, I'm as confused as you are, folks. I'm as confused as you are. I'm as confused as you are. Look, Crucifix needs to put on his glasses to make sure it's right as well. I told you it's gonna be a Hayabusa on the other side, just because they can go toe to toe on that. It's an Amon in the gold lane right now, with Esmeralda being picked up in the EXP. So they've kind of read into it rightly, right? They know this Esmeralda is going to go in the EXP. Is Amon in the gold lane really? Okay, I get the idea. You get to, you know, kind of lock down the Lunox. Yes, you go for the Brilliance after that, or bait out the Brilliance with the Endless Shards and then go for the Cutthroat. Oh, this is so out of pocket, bro. This is so out of pocket. Completely left field. Unexpected, I would say. So they've thrown him off a couple times already with that Martis pick. Now Amon in the gold lane. GodLike they're not able to get a read on S8UL, and I think S8UL are really pulling up these creative picks at this point. The only question is, will this creative pick really work now? Yes, you have that invisibility cloak to try and surprise the Hayabusa. Your wave clear is absolutely
horrendous,
terrible. Yeah, horrendous, terrible at this point. So if anything, they need the early game more than ever. There's no chance if it goes to a base defense, they're going to be able to defend. Even if they get the opportunity, they're going to go for the kills. They're going to go for the pickoffs. So GodLike just have to wait it out, find an opportunity, get these neutral objectives, and try a small, slow snowball. But Seoul, on the other hand, the pressure is on them. They need this early game in their favor. They need to get these kills. They need to get the pickoffs. And you can see Kakarot goes for the war cry, knowing that he's going to stay in these team fights longer. He loves to cable in and out, and he knows how to manage his cables as well. So, I don't know. It feels like, is GodLike ready? Have they, you know, braced themselves for the sort of impact that they're going to get with this aim into the gold lane?
Look, see, in the end of the day, I understand that, you know, they might actually want to turn it around on Hayabusa, but look at that mid lane. We've already got a fight. We've already got Khalid eating the sand to actually stay alive. That's going to keep him alive. Bro just ate a lot of sand in the river area. He just was like, yo, I'm going to dig out some sand from the river and eat that, and then I'm just going to get back HP. Apex, good stuff. I think he's staying alive. Rose singing BG's song while just chilling out there at the mid side of the map, allowing his team to actually know where the enemies are so that they don't get caught off guard. Overall, I believe that S8UL playing pretty safe.
Oh, Petrify.
Oh, we've got Petrify and an engage from
Kakarot.
Rom-Com running in. We've got Apex running for his life. But overall, I think Valentina Asuna is going to be that saving grace that's going to keep everyone else alive from the side of Team S8UL.
Yeah, I think
I don't think so.
Anti.
I'm wrong. Anti, no way. Bro actually had the shield to save him.
Frostmoon shield to make sure Anti's able to survive. Right place, right time. Rom-Com, oh my god. Kakarot tried to go in, right? I feel like the damage is just too much coming in. Kakarot not having the purple buff being a problem. Shouldn't have put himself in that predicament. Could have been worse. But this gives advantage for GodLike to get the turtle. Retribution secures it. Apex going to be the next target. Gets taken away. Van to get that kill nonetheless. And now they go in bid with a Chaos Assault on top of Anti. I think they put themselves in this position. GodLike, 1,000 gold ahead. And now with the composition that I say you will have, yeah, not the ideal position for them to be in.
Yeah, and what is Kakarot doing? He's trying to clear the mid lane instead of actually trying to find Hayabusa, fight him. But overall, the moment that Kakarot actually ended up dying in the top side of the map, that was definitely because of Pokemon logic. Rock types are definitely strong against flying types, and we saw that happen in 4K, guys. That is exactly how the logic of Mobile Legends work. It's not, I'm just joking. Don't take my word for it. Again, do not follow what I actually say. It's absolutely for your entertainment only. But again, I don't really see the possibility of Fanny actually having fun around like rock being there. The bot lane though is actually kind of fun. Look at that.
Endless shards. Oh, Kakarot goes in cutthroat already. And then I think Kakarot just... Kakarot already makes it out alive, and I think Fate using the Vengeance at the right place at the right time. Radium able to stay in this lane quite a lot thanks to the heal buffs that they got, right? With the passive that he has. When he pops in that invisibility, he's able to get regen some HP back up. So that kind of prevents him from going back into the base. That allows him to be in the laning phase a bit longer. I think right now Mubby gets caught. No, flickers out. Tech charge coming in. Nice use of it as well. But Van goes in. But Apex standing there and waiting. He uses the flicker raging sandstorm out of there. Anti comes in, falling star move with a petrify combo, baiting out the flicker at the same time. Tech charge as the minions go in. Radium's gonna be the target. Flickers out of harm's way. A lot of spells, a lot of ultimates used, the big ticket ultimates as well. Now in this turtle fight, GodLike might just have an advantage.
Wait, I just realized there are a few heroes that can actually spin in this game. Like Esmeralda spins when she uses the second skill. Khalid spins when he uses the first skill.
Kakarot goes in. Steel Cables is there as well. Art is there trying to make stuff happen. Kakarot misses the cables, gets taken away by the Ogi Shadow Kill. The kill is in the hands of Bid. Rom-Com goes in, tries to zone out Apex, taking a little too much damage, but cannot out-heal, cannot out-sustain the Shah residue.
I mean, all honesty, I feel like right now, S8UL, they're just taking unnecessary fights. Kakarot, he's actually ending up dying before the turtle actually is even taken. So that's a big, big no-no for this. They are actually losing on their resources before the most crucial fights. Obviously.
What is Art doing? He missed that full tech charge. Yeah, he missed it completely. And now Apex goes in from the side, looking to flank, gets a two-man raging sandstorm, but the Brilliance coming in at the right time. Bid makes it out of it. Radium, again, he has the shards, but I don't know, man. Who are you going to target? Who are you looking to take down? Van looking to find an opportunity to hack away at the turret in the mid lane. Who, with the quad shadow, makes it out alive. So far, GodLike are dominating the river. Apex still trying to contest it against Art. Pop gives some good vision. No, he gets caught. He's going to go through. Van finds him. Art looking to catch him off guard. Yeah. GodLike are still dominating the river, and I still can't get behind this aim and pick. You're lacking so much damage. Yes, you do have the burst. You have the burst, but I mean, how are you going to get to the late game? How are you going to bridge the gap between the mid and the late?
Exactly. At least in the early game, you've got some damage, but you are heavily relying on the items that you actually buy. And if you can't really do that, well, at least, but there's a fight going on the top side. We've got
Raging Sandstorm
disengaged from the fight. But again, at the end of the day, Anti is caught between a rock and a hard place. 4 people. Tech charge from the Valentina, catching 3 people. And now tech charge from Art, turning him around. But he's inside the tower. He will be forced to use the flicker to escape. But then again, Art is taken out.
Shadow kill.
Coming in the backside and making sure everyone from the side of Team S8UL is forced to go back. Tower in the mid lane. Tier 1 destroyed, demolished, taken away from them.
It's a trade 1-for-1, but they take the mid lane tier 1. GodLike and the turtle. Meanwhile, a good response from Kakarot trying to find some spoils, right? You don't want to give it away for free. They lost 2 towers of turtle, but at least they get something in return on the bot side. So S8UL trading back, but then again, with the composition that they've had, they should have dominated this early game. A slight bit of a mistake coming in before the first turtle, where Kakarot went in, got caught in a 3v1 situation, tried to make an outplay, but unfortunate that his purple buff ran out at the wrong time for him. And GodLike are brutal when it comes to punishing oppositions, and that's why they have been at the top of their game and continue to do so. Ogi shadow kill baited out by Kakarot, now onto Anti, but right place, right time, using the steel cables, and GodLike, again, no hesitation in this game whatsoever.
I agree with you, man. But let's just look at Eamon for a second, yeah. Oh, CC got the tower, the bot side, but Eamon, Radium has only 1 kill, but he's got no deaths or assists. So I think he's on the positive side of the KDA spectrum. Overall, I feel like this guy himself, getting himself the Genius Wand and the Wind Talker, allows him to have a lot of damage. But the side of Team GodLike, nobody's actually playing one alone. They're all together and they're playing it safe. I don't understand where Radium could actually find an opening to get a kill here, or maybe an assist there. But overall, it's not happening, man. It's definitely not happening.
They're finding a dead push. They're looking to catch somebody off guard. Who's it going to be? Who's going to fall for it? Romcom's right there. It's a 3v1. Radium. No, they're not going to pull the trigger, are they? I think they can sniff it from a mile away. They can't see anyone on the map, mainly being Art. He's the one that has this big ticket ultimate with that tech charge. The river already flowing toward the bot side. Apex catches Van off guard. 3v1 on the top side. Make that 4. But GodLike, look at how they're standing tall right in the mid lane, dominating this river, even into the jungle of the opposition. Art shows himself on the map. Van finds the Apex. Romcom already visible. 3 members in the Lord Pit. 2.5k goal lead. GodLike are slowly building their advantage, shutting down the hopes of S8UL. The fan favorite organization. Got a lot of awards for content creation, different awards in terms of games that they can win. But one thing that's eluded them so far is the title of a champion in Mobile Legends 5v5. And now the tech charge baited out by LB as well. The Lord's still going to be the target.
Nobody's trying to actually take the Lord purposely, obviously, because nobody wants to actually risk it. They want to play for the biscuit. They're trying to actually play it as safe as they can. And I think the side of Team S8UL know that. They want to actually find it.
Oh no,
they do have the tech charge. The Black Dragon is in the air, though. We've got a big ultimate. Ogi shadow kill catching up. Only Apex, though, but he will find the kill on Apex. And that's going to be 1 person down from the side of Team S8UL. But I think right now, Yuzong is finding... Oh, he does find... Kakarot is running away. He does not find him a win escape. We've got a okay. Asuna is able to get the kill on the enemy Hyper. Van down. That means there's gonna be a chance for them to steal the Lord. But do you think they can actually steal it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They did do it earlier with the help of the Zethian in the previous game, but I don't think this one is as easy. Without the help of both the junglers, Lord's been reset. Art, looking to catch Radium. He doesn't have the tech charge. Oh, he does have the tech charge. Didn't use it.
Yeah.
It was a good time to pull the trigger. Oh, I think just second guessing himself at this point. The Lord being reset once again. Anti's there trying to get it started. Bit Chaos Assault looking to take him down. Flicker baited out already. Low on mana. Apex waiting for them. The Raging Sandstorm to cast them off guard. Art being spotted. 5 members of GodLike in the Lord Pit. Anti coming in. Kakarot right there. Doesn't have the purple buff. 6 seconds for it to spawn. This could be the opening that GodLike are looking for, but they don't want to go for the purple. Radiant makes itself shown. Black Dragon coming in as well.
Oh, no.
Hoagie shadow kill, but the retribution lands on point. Kakarot needs to make it out of there. Falling Storm comes in with a tech charge. Knocks up 3 members. And there's the Petrify combo coming through as well. And now the endless shards of Radium just falling apart. The golden glow is just not there for S8UL right now. And GodLike are breaking them down one after another. The fight for the purple buff is on. Kakarot can only walk away with it, but the Lord is already marching on the bot side. GodLike are looking to tear apart SAUL.
Damn, dude. I actually expected, Kakarot to actually be a little faster there. He would have actually connected the tornado strikes. If he did, he would have actually got a good opportunity to get the retribution. He would have actually got it, but it ended up being a little too slow. I think the steel cables actually didn't connect as he planned them to connect. And that ended up with, obviously, Ogi Shadow Kill being used up, Hayabusa being immune to death, and him being able to actually use the retribution. That was a good change from the, side of Mobile Legends. And I believe Mobile Legends 5v5 actually got that change pretty good. Hayabusa is able to use the retribution when he's using, his ultimate, the Ogi Shadow Kill. That allows him to make a lot more aggressive plays during objective fights. Otherwise, it would have been very difficult for him to actually make this happen. However, the side of Team S8UL, they regret that change, and I think I actually see why S8UL is trying their best. And the saddest part about all of this is that the Duke of Shards, Eamon, actually used the Endless Shards on Grok. I think Art was the worst target that you could have used it on, but it is what it is.
I mean, he didn't even have full stack on it, right? If I may say so. He didn't even have the full stacks on the Endless Shards. And not just that, you get extra if you have the Windtalker, right? Because it depends on how many shards fall apart. And while you're using your basic attacks, using your skills, but didn't even have the max stacks that was possible, and then really caught. Oh, no retribution, missing out, but this time goes in. Raging Sandstorm from the back line. They're looking to make a sandwich out of GodLike, but it's not going to happen. The Black Dragon is too much for them to deal with. Van gets caught out, gets melted down as they get the kill in the hands of Apex, but the Sky Piercer stacks are starting to add up as Bit fights too. Make that 3 that's coming in soon enough. They're not letting Anti go back, but he flickers out of harm's way. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Van trade for Ugly and Apex. Kakarot being stopped from flying in by the Guardian's barrier. And now Art, along with the rest of GodLike, looking to take away the inhibitor. Falling Storm to try and clear the way, but it's not enough as Fate locks him down with the help of Bid. And he gets the kill. One more, he stopped to go through. The walls are too much for them to deal with. At this point, S8UL are definitely tilted.
Dude, it's just like that scene from The Lord of the Rings. You shall not pass! And that's literally what Grok is saying at this point. Dude, I love to see how that was it was a comical moment when Fanny just was like trying to fly in and it just crashes into the wall and it's just like, has the nosebleed and everything. Kind of comical when you think about it. The Lord's being started by the side of Team GodLike. They've got the pressure building up. I don't think they have an opportunity. The tech charge from both sides. They've got it. Vansatharu gets the Lord, and now we've got one kill, the mid for mid, and Romcom is able to get the kill on Apex. They're following through. They're gonna try to find another one. Anti, no, he's too tanky, and we've got to actually go for that Fanny. Kakarot, though, he senses it, flies away, saves himself. The trouble.
Yeah, he gets himself that purple buff. I think this time Anti gets locked down with the help of the Petrified Chain CC'd. They're not using the tech charge, doesn't have it, but Kakarot goes in. Cutthroat with the help of the steel cable. He's taking too much damage. Quad Shadow coming in as well. Misses out. They're trying to get a clear. Oh, he gets caught in the Furious Dive, Kakarot. The Lord is already marching in. He does not have purple, but he does have the help of the base crystal to try and make sure he can go in and out. This is what a fan he trains for most of the time, but there's no space. It's too much. It's overwhelming for SAUL. GodLike are knocking at the door. It's already taking it down. And now with the quad shot of the Yogi Shadow Killer, tech charge knocking up 2 members, and the help of the Furious Dive. SAUL can barely survive, but Kakarot are finding the pieces. He gets rom-com. Get a big shutdown, and now looking to defend the topside wave, but SAUL's Apex goes in with a Raging Sandstorm, and the rest of GodLike have to respect the damage that SAUL can output and back off as Kakarot's on the chase, on the hunt. But I think just enough time is bought.
Dude, the fact that Kakarot was able to take down Rom-Com was one of the reasons why they were afraid, but we got Ogi Shadow kill. Apex is gonna stay alive. Anti is gonna be forced to actually play safe. Apex eating sand to actually heal back all the HP, like the meme says. Oh, well, obviously, Khalid eats sand, and, you know, Minotaur gives his friends milk.
Well, the purple buff is gonna be the purple buff is gonna be the one that they're gonna take. 60 seconds for the Lord. GodLike need this Lord to try and end the game, or at least bait some kills out, but SAUL are desperate for it. Endless Charge already being used. Radium is spotted out. The Black Dragon's on the chase. He gets petrified. Furious Dive, concealed play from Art. Tech Charge for 2 members. Fate finds Anti, the one that they've been avoiding the most, and Ubby gets taken away in the mid lane. Van looking to go for the end. Radium is there with half HP. Art and the rest of GodLike walk up. Kakarot comes in, has a double buffs, but is it enough for them to try and get the kills? The damage is so lacking. They're so tanky. They have too much regen. Fate finds Apex on the top side. As we can see, GodLike are trying to end, and I think they will be able to do so with the help of the minions marching down the mid lane. SAUL concede another game to GodLike, and the score has been evened up. It's 2-2, folks.
Man, I was kind of hoping that Kakarot was able to actually defend against all the minions, dude. Sadly, it did not happen. I think Kakarot did his best. Overall, I think that Rock was the biggest threat for Kakarot. He couldn't actually just feel free to use his spells as much as he'd want to. The steel cables had to be used very proactively against whatever Grok could actually, you know, just create out of nothing. Bro could just make the walls repaired back from the Broken Walls map. I think that guy, he really did a big number onto Kakarot there. And look, we've got the MVP of the match. It's Fate on that CC, man. This guy, he was able to actually do a lot, but not, you know, very, you know, flashy. He wasn't everywhere at the same time, but he did do what was needed for his team.
Well, it looked good in the first half, not gonna lie. I feel like that meme, right? It feels like that meme. In the second half. Yeah, they had us in the first half, bro. Not gonna lie. Like, what happened? What was that Aiming pick? No, it's so out of pocket, and
sometimes we should just.
I don't know what to say, right? I really don't know what to say. Like, you're really shooting yourself in the foot there before going to a marathon if you're trying to run. But that goal lane Aiming just didn't work. I mean, what are they trying to do? The idea, I mean, I could see what the Aiming probably was for. Maybe cat someone with the Endless Shards, especially bid on the Lunox after baiting out the Brilliance. Maybe with the help of the Raging Sandstorm, the tech charge that was stolen. Maybe with the help of the Cutthroat, but I don't know. It just didn't seem right. It felt very passive as well, nonetheless. Like, you want to be aggressive if you have such a lineup. If you're playing so passive, what can you really do? Yes, Kakarot had a crazy second half of the game. In the first half, though, he really botched it. Just before the turtle, you do not want to pick a fight when it's a 3v1. Put yourself in a tough situation, and GodLike are going to punish. And they've been a great team for a long time because they know how to punish. Yes, you can bring out these random pocket picks on your side, but stability with the way that they play, understanding what works and what doesn't, knowing what is the meta, not trying to redefine it, not trying to change it. That's what GodLike are doing, and it's working. Man, never try to reinvent the wheel. Hey, just add to it, and it works.
Look, let's just be honest, yeah. I think the idea behind the Eamon pick was to keep himself away from Hayabusa's ultimate. But
No way.
look, there was the Grok. The threat of the Grok in itself should have actually made you evade the whole idea of an Eamon, because Eamon is a hero that does not have any mobility spells except for maybe running away, with a lot of movement speed buffs from being camouflaged. I think that's actually a good escape tool, but you cannot dodge Grok's ultimate, the Tectonic Charge or the Mighty Swing. You cannot dodge all of these spells as an Eamon, so you're practically shooting yourself in the foot, like you said. And again, the whole idea of whatever the side team S8UL just brought to the stage this time is making me want to scratch my head, man. That is literally my expression right now. There is nothing else that I would rather do.
I mean, I don't know, man. Is India really ready for the international stage? But that's a talk for another day. That's a talk for another day. For now, we're talking about the RNG Cup. It's 2-2 in this best of 7, and doing the best that we can to highlight these players. Of course, the rich guy being Fate on the CC in the goal lane. He is the carry, the one with the highest damage as well, with the help of the Yo-Yo Blitz, especially knowing that he was going against an Eamon on the other side for some reason. A Sandbag, Esmeralda, of course, took 213,000 damage. He did quite a lot of work in this match, Anti, but Grok, again, are consistent. I think it feels like that side, the wingman, hasn't changed at all. I just feel like his face is just stuck there. Production's probably left that for he's probably made the whole overlay just with his face stuck over there the entire time. He has been very consistent throughout the entire series. But if SAUL are to bounce back, if they're able to make any sort of a comeback, they need to get out of this pocket pick mindset. Maybe stick to what works. Maybe it's worked for them in scrims. Maybe they haven't practiced it enough to translate it into a tournament game. Maybe in the grand finals, is the pressure getting to them? I'm not sure, because it feels, I'm not gonna lie, it feels like they're just getting outplayed, man.
Look, the Grok in itself should have actually made you like, hell no, we're not touching the, Eamon. But the Hayabusa too. Once Ogi Shadow Kill connects, stacks of his passive are on you, you're practically going to be attacked by the Yogi Shadow Kill regardless, even if you're invisible or not. Unless, of course, you're Leslie and you have protection from being damaged while being camouflaged. I think that's going to be one thing that's going to keep you alive. But Eamon does not have that protection the moment he enters invisibility for 0.5 seconds. So he will instantly be taken out of the invisibility with one of those slashes from Yogi Shadow Kill. That is not a good idea to take down, Hayabusa. Neither is it a good option to take down Lunox, because Lunox has brilliance. So I still do not understand why the Eamon was picked in the second part of the game. But
you know what? At this point, I'll say at this point, let's just move on from the Eamon, bro. We can't keep digging that grave no more. What's done is done. And I think S8UL maybe go back to the drawing board. However, we are in the draft of game number 5. Even out the score. Martis this time taken off by GodLike. I think they're like, okay, they tried the Eamon guys, it didn't work. I think they're gonna go back to the Martis. So let's just ban that out. The Kadira's off the table. These are more than pocket picks. These are disruptors, right? Disruptors in the flow of what GodLike can do with their rotations, with moving around and getting pickoffs, maybe setting up for neutral objectives. Clinically, if you break down every single play GodLike has made, you can see that the positioning is good. Every decision that they make, every micro decision that they make translates into a big neutral objective, which is really clean in terms of the way they're playing. S8UL, on the other hand, they're looking for some chaos. They've been so aggressive the entire time, and they want to keep adding the pressure, pile the pressure, and wait for GodLike to break. So far, in game number 1, yes, GodLike did break down. But after that, we really haven't seen it. If it's come down to anything, it's just been S8UL just fighting and fighting and fighting and just piling up as much pressure as they could. So will that continue in game number 5 with the drafts? I mean, again, the Black Dragon, Yu Zhang taken off the table.
I see it. I see the disruptors being completely, thrown off into the bus. They're like, you know, Yuzong, Mortis, Kadita, these three heroes. Well, obviously in the hands of Asuna, Kadita is going to be a big threat for the side of Team GodLike. They're going to have a hard time. And ANC has proven time and time again, 2 times, that Mortis is a force to be reckoned with in the EXP lane. So that's out too. Big Black Dragon, no chance, not seeing that today. The side of Team S8UL, they've gotten Hisa Shin out, a good jungler slash gold laner for some reason. I think they're trying to actually limit the gold lane. I think they have a plan for what Radium is actually going to pick. And, we've got to wait and see what Radium wants to actually go for. But look at that, we've got an Esmeralda.
Esmeralda again prioritizes in this series. Esmeralda's prioritized a lot. I mean, not surprised because it's more like a counter pick that they do not want to give away. Also allows Bit to play the Eve more freely. Esmeralda being picked up as the first pick. What are they going to answer back on the other side? They maybe go for the Kalea plus something, but then again, you're already going to rock the Pure from the Esmeralda. You're prevented. You prevent Radium from picking up the Harriet, right? So they leave the Boxia open this time, so a Boxia is locked in, but they go for the Kalea still. So a Kalea Boxia looks good for a Soul this time. They get something going for themselves, but they need a Kalea plus, right? Kalea comes in like you need someone plus you need Kalea plus the burst that you're looking at. Comes in as a, you know, buy one get one free type of hero. You kind of need one, or rather, I'm not saying right, take it for a couple. Probably that's how. But either way, what will they respond with? The Eve comes out.
Ooh, that's nice. That's a good new hero for Van to actually pick it up. But, yeah, like you were saying, we needed the burst on the side of Team S8UL to actually make the Kalea have any sense in this game. With Van actually going for that win here, I believe that they've got a good opportunity to completely negate any counters from Eve. So Bid's gonna be safe, and I think Fate is gonna give a lot of opportunities for Bid to actually have that safety aligned bordering between him and the enemy team. Oh, we finally get Radium with the Claude. Okay, I was about to say Carry being picked out of the side of Team S8UL. But they got the Claude in. I think that's actually kind of reasonable. They've got Boxia, they've got Kalea, they can jump in, they can fly forward Claude, impromptu, all of a sudden. They could just like make a, you know, wall with Claude as the center of the wall doing a lot of damage. That would actually make some sense. But either Kalea plus Carry or Carry, no, not Carry, Kalea and Lunox. I think Asuna with the Lunox might actually make more sense here. Because obviously it would be a very good pick against what GodLike have in store for S8UL
360 FPS, 360p.
Yeah, I think Lunox is probably what they're looking at, but I'm guessing GodLike already see that coming a mile away and just ban it out. The Claude is great in the goal lane. Finally, we get to see a marksman in the hands of Radium. After it's been left open this time, they have 2 frontliners to be the 2 tanky frontliners rather. CC being taken away because I have a feeling it's gonna be a Phoveus. That's what they're looking to get in the hands of Anti. That's right. Lunox already being banned out. What else can they take away from the EX laner? Phoveus is something they want to gamble with, knowing that GodLike won't ban it out because even Romcom can play the Phoveus. But what's another EXP laner that could really fit in the hands of Romcom? Maybe a Wapu, but a Sora is what they're looking at. They take, it's got to be a Phoveus coming on the other side. But then again, like, I don't know if GodLike will read into it because they would rather have the Phoveus for themselves. Barca being taken away. Lock down the Phoveus here for Soul, and they got themselves a winning formula.
Yeah.
I think right now Soul have the opportunity to at least pick a Phoveus. If not, they probably will go for the Alice like they did in the second
Alice
game.
is
I
good.
think they might actually go for that. Overall scene with the S8UL, I think that's depending on what Anti feels like he wants to play. Right now,
I mean,
the Kalea might actually work. Yeah, right? Anti is gonna be the one.
He usually likes to play the Phoveus. He does play. At one point, he was a Phoveus merchant, but with this series, he played Alice. He played it really well. It was unfortunate they didn't have the damage backup, but now Alice does make more sense just because of the fact that you have the Claw to help bridge that gap of the damage that you didn't have in game number 2.
उसका जब
right?
सब चीजें ठीक
So
चल रहा था
with
ना
the help of the Blazing
तो
Duet,
उसमें
the Throne of
दिमाग में चढ़
Ruin,
गया था
you
चीज कि
have
मैं ही हूँ
yourself a
सबसे बेस्ट
combo. You have something to work with.
इंडिया
In
में
the mid lane, however, they don't need
लोगों
lots
को
of
गालियाँ दे
damage.
रहा है
Maybe they go
वो
for a
कुछ बोल रहा है
Zetian
उल्टा बोल
again,
रहा है कि वही
just
सबसे
because they
सबसे
have
ज्यादा
enough damage come through. They need a little bit of
वही
poke,
वही पे
but you have a Guinevere on the other side. This already saw that coming miles away. Terizla, Phoveus, Lapu, 3 XP kind of left open. I think they're still going to lean in towards a Phoveus or
ओए
a
सो जाओ
Lapu
क्या हंस
for
रहा
the
है
hands of Romcom, so you have the ability to dive. You
Welcome,
have the
Nuri.
ability to kind of disrupt and be self-sustainable in the lane. If they go Terizla, it'd still be great. What's Art going to go for, though? Oh, never mind. Never mind. They go for a marksman, a Grok, and a Granger.
मेरे
All
को
right.
लगा
We've seen
ये
fighters so
इंसान सो
far,
गया
but getting a taste of marksman's
Jack
right
Jack
in
हंस
game
रहा है
number
मेरे पे
5.
Going traditional, I can appreciate it, but yeah, oh yeah, I was about to say Zacian might be picked by S8UL because Zacian is a good counter to Guinevere. At the moment she uses spatial migration, if celestial armaments are ready, and I think that Guinevere might not actually have an opening to engage there. But unless of course,
man of words.
Point Star Moon
Damn,
actually
bro.
is used by Esmeralda to take away the celestial armaments,
इतना
then
चुप
I
करो
think that's going to be a
नहीं हो गया मेरा हो गया
wishy-washy type of situation. Overall, the Grok pick from the Team GodLike, they might actually have something cooking right now because they've got a Grok, they've got a Granger, they've got the rest of their team, which kind of suits well. S8UL, on the other hand, they've got a lot of crowd control and area denial, and I think they've got a good. And both teams have actually drafted pretty
चैट
good.
पढ़ रहा हूँ
I mean, I agree. I think for the first time in like 5 games,
word.
we're looking at a draft that's kind of even
a
Steven.
man's
Although I would
word
say it definitely
should
comes
be
down to
like
the
a
micro
diamond, never
interactions
break.
within the game. They do have the damage profile from both sides. They have set potential. They have the ability to try and create plays with the global ultimates. They have the RWM to go for a siege. They have a little bit of high ground. The only thing I would say is S8UL definitely have the pick-off potential with that Tsunami Slam of the Kalea. Apart from that, I think GodLike have a solid draft. So maybe instead of a 50-50, just because of that Kalea Tsunami Slam, I would say a 51-49. But then again, comes down to the execution. I've really seen Apex play the Kalea quite a lot. Will he be able to hang?
Hey, you're completely forgetting about the fact that you have spatial migration and new pilot Requiem on like side of Team God. Like that actually kind of like counteracts whatever Kalea actually brings to the table. I think it's actually kind of equal, 50-50.
देख उससे मिलना जाएगा
Surprisingly, you're hearing this from me. I'm surprisingly not supporting the specific draft. I believe that it's a 50-50 in this case. Overall,
yeah, I mean, I agree. It feels very 50-50s, but it all comes down to how they're going to contest any sort of neutral objective. You see Kakar already going on top of Van, gets caught out with the help of anti-spatial migration. He can't contest that purple. I mean, that lethal wander whatsoever. Yeah. Now goes back into the jungle. Look at the top side, though. That's going to be the interesting thing. All right? Fate is on a Purify. Purify on a Granger, you're making sure the Granger plays safe. That could be, again, if that can be baited out early on, this Granger's a sitting duck. He needs to shoot in a straight line. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Romcom taking a lot of damage. No Purify pop, but the Tidal Strike already used up. They're trying to bait out some spells. And GodLike doing the same. There it is, the flicker. Just before the turtle. 25 seconds before the turtle. A Purify baited out on the bot side just now. So you don't have a Purify, you don't have a flicker. So Apex knows who's going to be his target. The only question is, do they have enough damage to burst him down?
I believe that they do. Surprising part is we've got no, actually no, they don't. They've got a Boxia. I forgot about that part. The Boxia is not a hero that can actually do a lot of damage, and the side of Team SO-DIMM can't really engage without thinking twice. We've got RWM. Nice. We've also got a little bit of a problem. Kakarot jumping in and getting the kill on Bid. He's gonna roll his tires right onto the enemy's tank's base and taking down 2. That's going to be 2 down in the mid lane. That's going to be a big problem for this turtle fight. We've got an engage. We've got the Wild Requiem used for escaping so that he doesn't seed. Throne of Thorns completely short. Okay, he's dead, dude. He's dead. There's no way he could actually escape that.
Yeah. 2 flickers baited out though in the process. 3 rather. 1 from Anti, forcing that out to make sure he secures that kill. Kakarot getting the good start to this box here. Now you know he's going to rotate much faster. Van has to keep up, but already down by a level. And Boxia is going to keep rolling. All the S8UL fans going to keep hating. But at this point, GodLike can still find an advantage. They're looking to get Fate as much kills as possible, especially after he picks up the Skypiercer, which he just did. Now, I think Art will be looking to play more aggressive towards the gold side. Find some sort of opportunities. Give Fate any sort of advantage to make sure he can carry the rest of the game. Bid, again, it was a really good RWM, but wrong place, wrong time.
At the end of the day, if the boxing wasn't there, I think Bit could have gotten away with maybe a kill and then still lived to tell the tale. But it did not actually end up very good for him because the Boxia is not someone you can actually just ignore in the early stages of the game. Even though he doesn't have like the most amount of damage, he does still do damage. We've got Tidal Strike, we've got the Tsunami Slam pulling the enemy Grok away, and did not really have an opportunity to escape from that. Violent Requiem though used to actually take down 1% of Boxia's HP and then used to escape. Man, that Spatial Migration is such a very versatile spell. But right now it can't really do much against the tank.
फिर पता नहीं किसने बोला था are you
at
competing
this
with your father?
point, like, who are you gonna pick off? Oh no, Apex Tidal Strike cancelled out.
कोई तो बोला था मैं देखा था.
I'm not sure if this is a good fight that Soul might want to pick. Radium comes into the fray, so they definitely have the damage profile available right now. Tidal Strike catches Romcom. No, he does not use the Purified. Turtle is up right now. Anti is there with the Flowing Blood. Kakarot goes in. Tortoise's Poisson's already used up, but Romcom in the back line. Too much damage onto Apex. Tidal Strike with the help of the Flaker. Look at the Tsunami Slam. Catches somebody down, but the RWM coming in from Bit at the right time. Gets 1 kill. Trade 1 back with the help of Van. Tech Charge goes in, but Radium in the back line with the help of the Blazing Duet. Gets everybody low. Art's taken away. Anti finds himself 2 members. And now Kakarot preventing Romcom from escaping. Is forced to use the Purify, as that definitely secured the fight for Soul.
Well, let me just be very honest with you. I think GodLike really invested into a very, very safe kind of draft. It might have actually worked out for them. It's kind of equal. Both of the teams' drafts are very equal. But the side of Team S8UL, they've really got the tankiness. They've really got every single aspect checked on their, to-do list. They are absolutely ready to take fights from the early game, from the get-go. So I think S8UL really have more of an advantage. The Claude, however, really needs the items. So in the end of the game, I think the late game insurance is going to be Claude. The rest of the heroes are just there to give an opening to Claude to allow himself to get some farm. In the bot side, we've got Anti pushing towers, and Kakarot is jumping. No, he doesn't jump, but he does roll. He styles on the enemies, goes back inside his tower. What a guy.
Yeah, with the save composition though, Crucifix, I think you're right. In terms of the amount of risk that GodLike have to take is not really quite a lot. You have Van. If he gets a good spatial migration, yes, then you can dive in, but you do have the range. You have the high ground to dish out the damage with the help of the RWM, with the help of that Sonata. Yes, you can do it, but S8UL gotta go dive. They're the ones who are looking to jump in with the help of that Throne of Ruin, with the help of the Blazing Duet and BMI combo. Yes, they can. And it's a safe composition coming from GodLike, which completely relies on how many stacks can Fate get. Right, that's the idea. If Fate can get a couple of stacks on this Granger, on this Skypiercer, then you will start seeing them really run through with it. But here, Kakarot catches Bid. The wrong place, the wrong time. My guy instantly gets taken down. Throne of Ruin coming from Ansi to prevent Art from escaping. But Kakarot with the help of Vortex Poissons, and you can see Blazing Duet coming from Radium. Not used, rather, and now has to go back with the help of the BMI. Ansi gets caught. Oh man,
we've got more. And that's going to be Alice jumping in on the backside. We've got a disengage from S8UL. They've already got what they wanted. They've got Bid taken down. They got the advantage to take the turtle that they needed. And the side of Team GodLike understand that they can't really follow through on this one. Now, it's a matter of if S8UL decides to keep up the aggression for now. No, the Phoenix is being used.
Oh, no,
the spatial migration to the... Oh, no, okay. No spatial migration, but the Violent Requiem is going to be used. Bid is able to get the kill on Apex. Bot lane, we've got off camera getting pushed. And also, there's one more kill that's gonna happen, but it's alright. Van is not gonna be, you know, that big of a
आपका वाईफाई
problem
स्पीड
just
कितना
yet.
है?
That's about it. But bot lane,
चेक करना होगा ब्रो।
off camera, we had, you know,
उसका
obviously fake pushing
रिलेटिव्स को
towers.
मालूम है, हम पसंद
Sheesh.
करता है बोल के। और मेरा कदम
Yep,
सबको
getting caught
मालूम
up,
है
taking
उसका
too
बारे
much
में,
damage
but
coming
वो-
in from Romcom. He goes
तो
in
तुम
with the
नहीं
help
बोलेगा
of the
खुद से
Purify,
क्या
but
होगा
now
ना?
I don't know if
अनंत?
he's...
Wait, what is
Oh
happening?
no, Anti's low. Art gets the shutdown. GodLike scrambling, looking to find some kill. Falling star mode, but Tortoise's poisons from Kakarot to
मेरा
make sure he can
वाईफाई
run away.
स्पीड चेक
Radiant
करता
flickers
हूँ,
forward without a
पॉज कर दे।
BMI. Oh, what a pause being called. This is criminal coming. No, not like this, man. He had the kill.
I feel
Oh
offended.
my god. It's a pause by Roman number 4. I don't know. Definitely not Roman Reigns. But hey, 8-3 kill score. Soul are bouncing back. GodLike finding the advantage. Oh well, here we go back in. Is he going to be able to secure that kill? Romcom was quite low. Radium lets it go. The BMI. Oh no, it was there. It was there in his hands.
Man, do you really think he should have used the battle mirror
जैसे
image to
lag
actually put
सीन lag
himself
किस वजह
in,
से होता है?
a precarious situation? I don't think that was a good idea, if at all he did want to.
सिम लैग होता है
Overall, I
बिट
believe that
रेट
the side
तुम्हारा
of Team GodLike,
नेटवर्क
they're
का
losing
स्पीड
ground
तुम्हारा
pretty
सिस्टम जिससे
quickly.
तुम स्ट्रीम
They've
कर रहे
got bot
हो
lane
उसका
tier
स्पीड
1, but
प्रोसेसिंग
other than
स्पीड
that, that's literally the only achievement that they've made so far in the game. Because in terms of kills, GodLike are falling behind quite a lot, actually. And in terms of gold, slightly behind. Overall, I believe that the side of Team GodLike, they've got a few items going on for them. But do you really want to put a Granger with a Sky Piercer if you're on the losing end? I don't think that's a good idea. It's okay. You usually do tend to buy the Sky Piercer on Granger, but Kronos, do you really think it's a good idea?
Absolutely, man. Granger thrives on the Sky Piercer. I mean,
At least not early game.
maybe not the first item, but in this
Yeah.
case, they gambled. Let's see if he gets some kills. Honestly, there's no other item that you can go for on the Granger. You need the Sky Piercer. Without the Sky Piercer, Granger really lacks the damage, especially against a lineup like that where you have Aboxia and Alice. Yeah, you need the Sky Piercer. The only thing is, he's not allowed to play as aggressive as you'd like, only for the fact that he doesn't have a flicker. That Purify really hinders him from going forward, making any sort of aggressive plays where he's allowed to flicker out. And that Purify is thanks to the kit that Soul have for themselves, the way that they've drafted their lineup, which is why they're getting the advantage. However, if Soul overextend during a siege, that's when GodLike will look to bounce back. They can really play off the back of something, but iQOO SAUL need to dive forward. And the more they dive forward, the more Fate has to kite. And if he's in a great position, that could just flip the complete fight in one go. The Lord is up right now. Both teams are positioned greatly at the right place, the right time. You can see Romcom on the bot side, so they find it and go for the fight. 3-member knockup, but with the help of the tech charge, Radium in the back line gets the blazing duet, catches Bid and Fate. He finds the two most important members, and now the title strike, they catch 3 and make that 4. Romcom, he showed himself on the bot side. The waves were building. He had to clear it instantly once they saw him on the map. Soul jumped and dove in for the fight, and that's all they needed. And now secured themselves a Lord at 10 minutes into the game.
I cannot believe how easy that fight was for S8UL. I believe that GodLike would have actually put at least a little more, of a challenge for them to actually take that fight, because, it's inside the tier 1, I understand, but still, like, it would have been a little more difficult. But look at that, we've got an engage with a we have BGMI and a blazing duet doing a lot of damage. But there comes Tectonic Charge connecting onto the tower. We've also got our WM Phoenix, Fury of the Phoenix connecting on all 4, and that's gonna be 1. We've got spatial migration used to kill 1 person, the enemy team. Zacian out. We've got 1 more getting followed through. We've got Radium of all people getting the kill on the enemy Hyper. That's gonna be Van out of the picture. And the mid lane tier 2 still standing alive? No, it's not going to be, but Fate is still alive, and he might be able to defend against this. The Holy Blast will still be available, but for how long?
Well, at this point, Soul have the Lord marching down the bot side. The Holy Shield's definitely going to make sure it's going to get cleared out, but they do have a next set of waves. The top side tier 2 should be in their pocket already. just hanging by a thread. They back off, take away all the resources that they can, and now put themselves in a predicament. This is the replay of that team fight, right? You could see instantly once he was visible on the map. You can see on the bot side, the waves are crashing and they were just waiting for the opportunity. Now Romcom decides to show himself and then they pounce. And when they pounce, the Fury of the Phoenix is popped, tech charge on the back line, but Radium goes in, dives in deep. BMI, Blazing Duet, gets the two most important targets, which they were lacking in game number 2. And oh my goodness, it turned the tide of the fight completely around. And doesn't give, now it puts Fate in a position where he wishes he had the flicker, but at the same time with Anti diving on top of him, he needs to purify.
I agree, but hey, you think you're a punny guy, don't you? The tides of battle have turned around because Tidal Strike connected twice, huh?
Hey man, Tidal Strike, Tsunami Slam, but it was beautiful at set play. However, GodLike know what to do as well. Again, don't count them out. Yes, they're down by 5,000, 6,000 goal lead. Usually, if it's against any other team, it's a big problem. Usually, if it's against any composition, you know it's going to be difficult. But in this case, the Sky Piercer from the Granger, right? It can still change things. It's a long shot, but it can still change things. You can see he's going complete glass cannon at this point. He gets himself a Sea Halberd. He knows he needs the damage. All he needs is one kill. Do you have enough poke coming out from Bid? You know you have the set potential from Van. Romcom can get them low. All they need is the final execution. If Fate gets 1 or 2 kills in one single fight, he can just solely wipe out the entirety of Seoul. And this is where they'll be the strongest, when they're defending their base. They have the high ground, they have the range. So it depends if S8UL are going to dive in. Looks like they want to bait them out, bring them out, which is the right idea for them to do against GodLike. Art gets caught out in a bush. Kakarot making sure he gets seen. Now they get their attention to the Lord. They're baiting out GodLike more and more. And I think GodLike needs to understand they can't go that forward. Oh no, Romcom, he gets caught out. Tidal Strike coming in from Apex. He's taking him down low. Romcom can't go in. Throne of Ruin coming in. Flickers out. Gets the right target. Anti goes in. And now it's a 5v4. And Seoul have capitalized on the mistake from GodLike. Turned their attention to the Lord. And I think it should be an easy secure for them.
It should have been. I still don't understand, why did you use the Falling Star, but Robcom, I actually admire you as an EXP laner. You are not supposed to be making that mistake. The side of team S8UL will be able to contest the Lord without, take the Lord without any contest from the side of team GodLike. No, man, I am disappointed with that play. Not with you, just with the play.
Well, this is what I was mentioning before, right? Radium is great on the marksman. Unfortunate that he's kind of forced to play into those tanky fighter gold laners. But when you give him the marksman and his most favorite marksman, if I may say so, the Claude, he knows how to make it work. He knows the pressure points. He knows the ins and outs of this hero. 308. And now I'd definitely say eyes on him as he's ready to dive into the back line as the Lord would crash in on the bot side.
Oh man, the Lord is still on his way. It's going to crash in the next 5 seconds-ish. But I don't think the side of Team GodLike would want to actually keep him away from the tower. I think it would be best for them to let him connect to the tower and then defend the high ground. Based on that, I think the bot lane will be destroyed, the tier 3 out of the picture, and now the tier 3 in the mid lane also under siege. Lord is connected
Wind of Nature.
Tidal Strike. There's going to be a fight. Tidal Strike and Tsunami Slam, 1 down. We've got Art taken down. We've also got Fate falling through. We've got Asuna taking down his partner, his enemy in his lane. That's going to be a wipe. I think it's a wipe at least, but 4 people down, and the Nexus is going to follow through just in a matter of seconds, man. Tough, bro. It
got to the point where they couldn't defend, right? The gold lead was about to 10,000, and I think the game was just slipping away. So that's something that GodLike forced themselves into. We were talking about if Seoul can really win games without these pocket picks. Guess what? They definitely can.
I'm kind of saddened by the fact that Romcom actually ended up with that one mistake where he used Falling Star. Mid lane goes. And why would you do that when you don't know where the enemy is? MVP goes to Radium, though. Obviously, bro is a mastermind with the marksman. He is the most coolest, most level-headed goal laner I've actually seen play. What I have actually understood from this game is that he is still the same with fighters or marksmen alike. What a guy.
Well, well-deserved MVP indeed. 61,000 damage dealt. Runs the fighter emblem like the meta does, and you can see he went for the one. That's the best part, right? He knows he has to win that 1v1 battle. I think they gambled on the fact that would he play with a flicker or purify, and then instantly it didn't matter. He just wanted to win the 1v1. So Master Assassin, make it work. He went for a Trinity along with the Malefic gun. He didn't even need the Wind of Nature. No Rose Gold, nothing. He had the damage. He knew his position was good. He trusted his teammates, played well. And this is what a clean performance from Soul would look like. We've seen one from GodLike in game number 2. Yeah. This looks very clean from Soul.
All honesty though, I think Soul has a lot more patience than what GodLike does. In the previous game, at least, this one that happened, they did not have any patience. They did end up making a lot of missteps. They did end up revealing their position a lot more often than they needed to. I think, well, that led to S8UL having more confidence. Like you mentioned in that team fight where, you know, a rom-com was spotted in the bot lane, and then all of a sudden, there is a big fish flying from the sky and knocking 2 people airborne, and then pulling away one with his tail. That is like the worst case
one
scenario
win, one loss. One win, one loss.
Like, not in real life, there is no fish that's going to be falling from the sky. That's not happening.
Yeah, I think you can see the head-to-heads as well, right? Bid 1-5-2, again, not allowed to play the game as much as he'd like, thanks to the pressure that came in from the dive on the other side. I think S8UL are starting to get the hang of what they can do to GodLike. GodLike, yes, they understand what they can do at the same time, but slowly and steadily you can start seeing the cracks in the composition, in the players of GodLike. You mentioned one of them, Romcom. I don't know. Is that something you really do? The mid lane's there. Nobody's really seen. The Lord is up. You're almost, what, 15, almost 12 minutes into the game. Falling Starman to clear out the wave. Yeah, that put them in a terrible position. However, you can see, oh my God, this guy's everywhere. I'm not talking about Art, but this time I'm talking about Radium. He's the rich guy. He's the carry. He's the wingman. Yeah, and the sandbag this time Art. So they've just shifted around Art from the wingman to the sandbag and just give Radium everything in this game. You can't give a marksman in his hand. He is lethal. 3-2 score. S8UL match point.
Oh man, match point for S8UL. This is going to be exciting. Do you think GodLike will be able to turn it around, make a 4-3 happen tonight? I'm betting on maybe. It's a possibility, but GodLike, guys, come on. Get some patience in. You can wait. You cannot, make any more mistakes than you need to. Have some patience. Relax. You're all doing fine. Just that, I think you're rushing things a little too much sometimes. That's not helping you. It's actually kind of like detrimental to your chances at victory.
Yeah, I think it definitely makes it a bit difficult for the side of GodLike with the composition that S8UL went with. It was really good, right? The composition was really good in terms of how they wanted to dive. The extra bit of risk factor was there. They're the ones who had to take the initiative to get something done, because Art can go in with a tech charge with the Grok, but when you dive in on the opposition, you have the Alice that can use the Flowing Blood to get to the back line. And then you definitely had Radium on that Claude BMI Blazing Duet to dish out the damage as well. So your squishies are in trouble. Your damage dealers, your carries are in trouble. So it definitely didn't work out for them. And I think S8UL just went completely full dive and then just made it possible for them. It was easier for S8UL to execute the game rather than GodLike. However, now match point. We've seen GodLike in this position before, or rather these players in this position before. Now it comes down to, are they going to be able to translate that for the next one, right? Because 3-2 match point, I don't think this is the best time for them to really gamble on something. Maybe go with what works.
Absolutely.
And then we'll see.
You're absolutely right. I think right now S8UL having the match point is going to put GodLike in a lot of pressure. They got to make sure they don't make any single mistake, at least not one that would actually cost them the game. The objectives are the priority. The second one is at least defense. If they cannot keep up the defense, like what happened in the previous game, they will end up losing this game.
Yeah, well, at this point, folks, we are at match point for S8UL with a 3-2 score. It's the 6th game of the best of 7. But guess what? You'll have to wait for a short break, and we'll be back.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for the draft of game number 6 in this best of 7. Can I get a 6-7 in the chat? I'm just kidding. Either way, we got the draft underway. And already the first phase is done. 3 bans coming out from the side of SAUL, 3 bans from the side of GodLike, Freya, CC, and Yuzhong taken off the table. Kadira, Jushin, and Baxia. GodLike sticking to their guns. Soul, first pick, Isun Shin. Second, and then a reply, Guinevere with the Claude. And then if you get the Martis once again, but this time with the Kalea. So the combo is real, but you can see instantly on the other side, they lock down a Hilda. If they see Sun Shin to be flexed into the jungle, it's going to be a difficult time. Fredrin being locked down by, taken away by GodLike in the ban section. Soul ban out Fovius, Lunox, and Esmeralda as well. What's it going to be here, Crooks?
Do you believe in a possibility of an Alice getting picked on GodLike this time? I don't, but I think Romcom could actually use some Alice action right now. Esmeralda being banned, I think that right now GodLike really missed out on that option. But other than that, I feel like EXP lane, Lapu Lapu, I think all of these heroes are not getting the spotlight that they used to, but instead it's going to be Bid that gets himself the Eve again. This guy's consistently picked Yve more than any other hero has been picked in this whole game.
I mean, that's his best hero, man. He's his favorite hero. He loves playing the Yve, so I'm not surprised that he went with the Yve again. So it's a great pick. Why not? Just make it work at this point. So no Esmeralda as well, don't forget. So that kind of gave him the leeway to pick up the Yve. So it's okay. But Zetian is being picked up on the other side. Akai comes into the jungle. This is weird. They get an Akai in the jungle. I mean, it's a good pick, not gonna lie. But it looks so weird to see Isun Shin, Martis, and Akai in the same lineup with the Zetian and the Kalea. Lapu Lapu being locked down in the EXP lane though. How you like it?
Surprisingly, I was just thinking about how Lapu Lapu has lost his spotlight. His whole, shtick has just been like taken away from him by all these other heroes, and then just thrown into the gold lane for some reason. All right, dude, Freya is amazing. He's a basic attack hero that's amazing, and he actually sustains more than Lapu Lapu in average in total. But Lapu Lapu has always been this hero that actually can and will take you down regardless of who you are. You can be tanky, you can be squishy. No matter what you are, he will still take you down. So this hero has been slept on by a few people a lot of times, but now he's finally getting some tournament spotlight, and it's in Romcom's hand. And I hope this guy absolutely crushes it, because this otherwise would be the last game for GodLike.
Well, it could be the last and final game indeed that we will be going into, ladies and gentlemen. So brace yourselves. This lineup from SAUL, they've gambled on it once more. GodLike, however, sticking to their guns, knowing what works. When the lights get bright, GodLike shine brighter. They get stronger. They're in form. They're battle-tested champions from the Mythic Showdown Season 2. They're clinical under pressure, and now there's more pressure than ever has been. $16,551 US on the line. The total prize pool, 15 lakh rupees. SAUL already shattered once. Looking for closure, looking for revenge. Is this going to be the game that makes it happen? Game number 6 in this best of 7. iQOO SAUL versus GodLike.
Oh, we've also already got a crash into the sun,
Oh, wait. Spatial migration comes in already. Apex taken down low. Retribution from Kakarot, not able to secure the lethal Wanderer. GodLike, slight bit of an advantage.
I think that, on all honesty, GodLike do really need this game. If they don't, they are definitely going to actually end up giving away the championship trophy.
Thank you so much, Mark, for 9 months membership.
And that's not what they want.
Welcome to the stream, bro.
They're actually already trying to invade Hilda. I don't think he's actually interested anymore. Even though he had all the HP that he needed, he did decide on going back.
Taking too much poke. Abby's taking too much poke. At this point, they're trying to bait him out. Apex has to make his way. He's taking a little too much damage. Tidal Strike comes in as well. Now they isolate him. Vance Thor going in for the spatial migration. Flicker baited out from Apex. Celestial Armament baited out from Abby. And now 15 seconds to the turtle. This is something that Soul can't contest unless they get that heavy spin down. Anti as well put back another protection of his own tower.
Kakarot has got himself the level 4. That means he's got the heavy spin ready. He's got the headbutt, but he will be knocked into the air. Spatial migration and also
Violet Requiem comes in.
Heavy spin baited, and Romcom was able to actually immune all of that while doing damage. He will lead the way to actually give Martis like a few free hits, but again, in the end of the day, they cannot really do much. The side of Team GodLike will have the opportunity to take the turtle without any pressure from the side of Team S8UL. They will lose a member too. Apex down.
Yeah, I think this point it's becoming very difficult. Kakarot not able to get that turtle. Heavy spin baited out much earlier. Albeit at this moment, didn't have the selection number, not level 4. Me on the bot side, Art's flicker baited out. He saw that Decimate was there. Was unlocked by Anti. Didn't want to give him a kill for him to start extending his lead. Romcom hacking away at the tower. Should be able to get a lot of gold shield coming in. Kakarot making his way onto the bot side as well. He does not have the heavy spin available. Now they catch. Actually gets it at the right time. Romcom not allowed to use the bravest fighter. Easy kill with the help of the Decimate. Ubby flicker out of harm's way. They get the Tsunami Slam to lock down Van. And now Apex caught in no man's land. But a Tsunami Slam making sure Art gets taken away under the tower. But oh my goodness, they get the kill with a clapback.
Dude, the fact that these guys are playing pretty smart. Apex, no, I mean not Apex. I mean S8UL and well, obviously Asuna and also, you know, Anti. Both of them were playing pretty smart. They knew the distance of what Lapu Lapu's first skill can actually reach up to, and also how much Bid's, you know, range is with the first skill. So they stayed in their own respective safe zones. They didn't actually go step into the range of, you know, obviously a Romcom and Bid. They were playing safe and they were making sure they don't actually make a mistake. That did lead to Apex.
Spatial migration and makes it out as well. Baits out the heavy spin just before the turtle. Nice from GodLike's Van, and I don't think he's gonna have it up for the turtle as well, so they can't really contest until they get into a better position. Apex trying to find some sort of position so he can get to something advantageous for them, but you can see nice use of the Mount Chakra from Radium to make sure he spots them all out.
All honesty, I think that right now GodLike having themselves what do you call it?
Oh, title strike with the help of the flicker as well. Tsunami Slam, Fury of the Phoenix to lock him down. RWM comes in, but look at Anti, gets the Decimate, finds one. Art's taken out low. One of the heavy spin of the Blazing Duet coming in from Fate. He gets Apex. Now Radium claps back to Art. And under the tower, they try to get the kill, but Bid able to bob and weave. They find Anti, a 2-for-2 trade. And iQOO Soul, they fumbled what they had.
Oh man, dude, S8UL, what are you doing? That was a good fight. I mean, Anti, you shouldn't have actually just gone Mark Bid. I understand the whole perspective about taking the mage down, but you did go inside the tower, which is not a good idea. Oh, we've got
hello, Tanvi. Hello, Mark. Welcome to the stream. I'm hungry.
From what
जाके घर पे खाना खाओ, Mark.
Van actually had to bring.
Well, Bid though. If we get a small replay of that, sheesh, he bobbed and weaved. He was low in HP. He still made it out when Anti had a Decimate nonetheless. He is a slippery snake to make sure he makes it out alive. If Anti got that kill, it would have been a little disastrous. As you mentioned before, that killing spree would have made it much more difficult for GodLike to hang in these fights. Yeah. However, it's gonna be difficult for me to get used to this gold lane.
It's difficult for me too, man. I'll be very honest with you. It's an assassin in the EXP lane. That's what they tried to do with the aim, and
bitrate
check karo, bitrate apna stream ka bitrate check karo. The moment he gets a farm, he actually is
I am shivering by
skipper. On another side,
ho raha hai skipper, ho raha hai, himmat nahi harna.
The lightning truncheon to do more damage in the mid lane. I mean, Zacian with the lightning truncheon, I understand that full-heartedly, but the fact of the matter is,
nice,
more good Fury of the Phoenix.
Van used the Violet Requiem thinking that the heavy spin would come in, but you can see nice follow-up coming in from Apex as well. And Radium comes in with the help of the Mount Shocker. And now they catch him and take him down, but Anti's right there with a Decimate, hungry for more kills. Art gets spotted out. Bid point Crystal,
Blanket
but I
और
think the
low
target's going to be the mid lane, making sure that the
MacBook
tower
से stream
doesn't get
होता है
taken
ना
away.
नेक्स्ट
Turtle is up,
होता तो है
and
बट
Soul get
पता
it
नहीं
started.
मैकबुक का मेरे को आइडिया नहीं है कुछ
I
भी
mean, to be fair, they don't have a jungler, so they can't really engage on this turtle. But Art could do a lot of damage to the
हो
enemies.
तो जाता है
And
हो तो
also
जाता है I
with
can
them,
see you from my
with them
window
having Claude and I think
ये
Bid,
बात
both
मत
of
कर
them might
मार्क
actually be able to
साला
just take down maybe 2, maybe 3 possibly enemies. S8UL know that they can't really engage on that one, so they decide to play it safe. They decide to play
Nuri,
like as
it's
though they
so
want to give the
feeling
enemy a chance to take the turtle, but
क्या
they know
फील कर
they
रहा है आप
wanted
अभी
to.
राइट नाउ
So they got the heavy spin ready. They're waiting for that moment, critical moment,
Is
when
this
side
gay?
team
No,
GodLike
it's
make a
not gay.
simple mistake that they can actually capitalize on.
this is not
Well,
gay
the
but
turtles
you
playing hooky, going
definitely
left
are
and right. Now they get in the side of GodLike. Anti is there. Oh, turtle being reset. This is unfortunate. I don't think GodLike expected this coming. Spatial migration already baited up, but a retribution in the hands of Kakarot. They go for the tsunami slam, lock him down. As the Decimate's able to catch him, but Fate to the back line with the help of the Blazing Duet catches 2 members. And Kakarot has to use the heavy spin to make it out alive. As S8UL's Radium doesn't have the damage yet, and Art is chasing down Ubby to break that passive. And GodLike, they lose out on the turtle, but they win the fight and take the towers. And now with an invade, they almost took the purple away from Kakarot as well.
भाई भाई को प्यार नहीं कर सकता कर सकता है बट भाई भाई को ये नहीं बोलता आई एम हंग्री फॉर यू
It's already a
साला
loss because they lost the tower in the top lane. So I think if they lost the blue buff, that would have been even worse.
ये लोग
but
क्या
at
हीरो
least
लेन खेल
thankfully
रहा
they
है
didn't actually lose
ये
that.
वाईएसएस
Bot
गोल्ड
lane
खेल रहा
heavy
है
pressure,
और
Claude making a quick rotation to the
वाईएसएस
bot side.
गोल्ड
I think that's
और
a very
मार्टिस
smart play
ईएक्सपी
because
और
nobody
इस
actually
तरफ है
expected Claude to be there. And
इस तरफ तो
well,
सिंपली है
with
क्लाउड
Rom
गोल्ड और
being right next
वो
to him, they
लापू
know that
ईएक्सपी
he's gonna be safe.
Well,
हंग्री
Tsunami
प्रो
Slam
हंग्री फॉर
walking
भाई
somebody
का
down
प्यार
heavy.
अच्छा
Spin,
ठीक है
Decimate coming
ठीक है
out.
भाई ठीक है
Again, Anti stacking it up, man. He's getting
ऐसा समथिंग
kill
उन्होंने क्या
after
देखा
kill after kill times 5. And now the wave pressure on the bot side as well is there. Radium gets some farm, but Anti's kill pressure has been up the entire time. It all comes down to how many stacks he has on those Sky Piercer. Fate needs to make sure he's alive and well. He's on a 4-0-0. Bid is 0-0-7. But the kills are coming in. They catch Romcom. Oh, the slightest bit. And he's able to flicker out, but you can see the Violet Requiem with the help of the spatial migration catches them as Romcom finds Apex. Without the heavy spin, S8UL are vulnerable. And now they go into the Raging Slash with the Bravest Fighter, makes it out alive.
And Mountain Shocker completely immune, by the way. The amount of skill that the side of Team GodLike have, the mechanical skill is
रेडियम
absolutely amazing.
जानबूझ पे हीरो ले रहा है
About that, we've got a little bit of an invade.
नहीं नहीं इसका टीम
advantage
स्ट्रेटजी है
trying
ना
to
ब्रो
actually secure
It's
the
all
blue
part of the
buff, but
strategy.
Hey, in the end of the day, it's going to be the Sunshine that takes it. Look at that, we've got a little bit of a problem. Art being found inside the town, inside the bush of, you know, S8UL side.
Oh, no. With Fate, though, at this point, Fate's able to poke them out quite
हाँ
a
वो
lot.
जानबूझ के ले रहे हैं लाइक सोच समझ
Has a
के ले
lot
रहे
of
हैं लोग
damage.
कोई
401 definitely
गलती वाला
has
पिक नहीं है
the 2
सब
items
सोच
that he
समझ के ले
needs.
रहे हैं
Even the Trinity, if possible. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the Malefic gun. Romcon gets knocked up. Bravest Fighter baited out. This is a mistake coming in from their side, but gets the Landshaker down. Tsunami Slam on top of them as well. Apex trying to find the mark, but Blazing Duet comes in for Fate with the help of the Purifier. Looking to cast up, but BMI's out of there. Heavy spin being used up. It's 1-0. A missed position from Apex after a mistake coming in from Romcom, but GodLike punished him as he was out of position himself. And now securing the Lord, and seems like we might be heading to a game number 7 if this keeps up.
I could see it. I see the possibility of a game number 7. GodLike do have a lot of potential, especially in this match. They are playing absolutely amazing. It's like as though Bid is actually safe from whatever onslaught the side of Team God S8UL are actually bringing. I think that Mountain Shocker could be Bid's biggest kryptonite, but nothing is happening. I think there's a big gap, a disparity between the communication of the side of Team S8UL all of a sudden. Because, well, before, Asuna was able to actually accurately use the Fury of the Phoenix to completely disable people, but now it just doesn't seem right. There's something that's being done that's not. It doesn't feel right.
Well, the Lord is marching on the bot side. The Holy Shields are present. Tier 2 taken away by GodLike in the mid lane. Lord already crashing down. Should be cleared out quite easily. Fury of the Phoenix catches 3 members. Kakarot That was a good moment for him to get a heavy spin, but did not want to risk it. The top side is cleared as well. So S8UL with a successful defense, but GodLike got what they came for. They would have been happy with an extra inhibitor, but I think they got... It's okay.
Oh,
It's okay. They don't want to push it.
Any progress is good progress. In the end of the day, they
कितना
actually
score?
ended up with
Soul
something
3,
more
GodLike
important
2.
than what S8UL have been doing all this time. S8UL Apex just got himself the fleeting time. That is a good change of events from the previous game, because obviously in the previous game he got that as a first item. So the Kaja was very squishy. This time he's gotten himself the fleeting time a little later in the game that actually allows him to be a little more tankier and sustain more damage with the Oracle first item. I like that.
Well, the spatial migration is what's important at this point, and I think that's going to be the engage tool that Van will be using from the side of GodLike. Hasn't got a single kill, but he's been setting it up for his team, especially Fate. The heavy spin, once it comes out, he knows he's going to use the Purify. Conceal play on the top side. They catch Art by his lonesome self, and now I think they're looking to gun him down. Mountain Shock already being used. Flicker baited out. They went for the title strike. Ooh, he got lucky there. He made it out at the right time, but he didn't bait out any flickers. He would have been happy if he got one. But now that leaves, they know that Art cannot overextend, and if he does, he will be melted
if
down.
one day you wake
agree
up
that,
and find that
Hey,
you're
I have a little question
क्या
here.
चीज
Most people know this. I understand that most people do.
क्या चीज आपका मैसेज
accept
नहीं
this
शो हुआ कुछ
globally.
अलग लिखा क्या
Ruby is a good counter to Guinevere. Her second skill allows her to disable the
Ruko.
spatial migrations and knock-up effect.
अलग
And
लिखा है
she
क्या
is able to keep, Guinevere in check quite a lot
एक
in
मिनट
most cases. So why hasn't both teams have just completely ignored the Ruby when a Guinevere has been picked? Why is that the case?
Hey, man, they didn't prepare for it. That's what I would say, but now what they're preparing for is to take down this Lord, 20,000 HP. I think they want to go for a reset. I'm not sure if they're baiting them out. There's this. The Mount Shocker being used. Apex catches Romcom off position, but here's the Blazing Door to the back line. The damage is coming in too much, and you can see in the back line. Anthony gets the kill
one day
himself
you
onto
wake up and find
Romcom,
a missing me
but
in
the
your
title
heart.
strike
क्या
connecting
कुछ
onto
गाना है
Art,
क्या
making sure he doesn't make it out alive. He doesn't have the flicker, but Fate is there dishing out the damage. Bid with the RWM. Heavy spin to make sure he makes it out alive as Anti gets taken away. And Van is there with the Violent Requiem to dish out the damage as they pick up another. It's 2 for 1. Art, Van, solo, but Fate and Bid stand tall. The damage dealers of GodLike are making it difficult for SAUL to even breathe.
Holy crap, dude. Talking about breathing, I think you should take a little break. How about taking a glass of water, making sure that you're actually doing pretty fine, my friend?
I'm alright.
I wish I understood what was Anti thinking, man. I get it, he got the kill on Romcom, he went back, and then he came back again to take the fight, and he got, completely immobilized by Bid's ultimate, the RWM. See, look at that. He just got immune, like, I don't understand why he had to do that. He got taken out, and that led to a big loss in the team fight that actually pursued. S8UL could have actually defended this without losing any members from their side, but in the end of the day, they still do have all 5 members while the Lord is marching down the top side. I think he will be able to connect to the tower and destroy the tier 3s.
Oh, no.
There will be 2 of them or 3 that will be taken down, and this is going to be crucial. If they can make the high ground defense work, S8UL have an opening to end the game.
Best of 7
Well,
होगा
no,
ऐसा लग रहा
they
है
actually have to push a little bit, but they might actually stand a chance.
Oh no, Kakarot already taking out super low. The damage from Fate is too much. Paired up with the melting down from the match damage and the wishing lantern that's coming in from Bid. Oh, Kakarot, a tank. He's a panda, man. He's the big fat panda. Having a difficult time now, being the front line of Soul. Apex needs to get a pick off, but the 2 damage dealers in the back line have Purifies, and they have no way to bait it out apart from the heavy spin. But if Kakarot, if he goes in, he gets melted down so much, what can they really do? Look at the itemization. Anti's going for a full damage build on this Martis. But on the other side, Trinity secured Wind of Nature, Malefic Gun. Oh my god, it seems like GodLike are definitely looking to take this to game number 7. But like you said, Crucifix, if there is a mistake, there could be a possible end coming in from Soul themselves. They don't have a lot of DPS, but they definitely have the ability to wipe out the opposition.
प्यार से बोला
Why
रुको
is
ना.
Martis going full damage all of a sudden? In the previous games, he did get himself at least the brute force breastplate, so I know he's not against the idea of getting 1 or 2, maybe 3 defense items to actually keep himself alive. But why is he all of a sudden going for a Blade of Despair, which obviously is not the best course of action against Lapu Lapu, you know, Yves, Guinevere. I think survivability is better, and I think Auntie knows that best. Why is he doing this?
It's too rough, bro. Too rough.
Hey man, they're lacking the damage. They need it coming from somewhere. He's the one that's executing them. A BOD stacks with the Sky Piercer along with the Decimate that comes in. So definitely provides more HP that he can execute it when they're low.
I kind
Add the passive of the BOD. Yeah. So yeah, I would say it definitely works out. Not a bad idea, especially when you don't really have a lot of DPS on your side and the opposition has the best DPS with that Claude. Romcom is the one that's been making most mistakes though in GodLike, and they're really punishing him. And you can see this KDA. But GodLike doing the same to Apex on the side of S8UL. Romcom, the bravest fighter, Lord already started. Apex looking for a pick off. Meanwhile, on the backside, they get the Tsunami Slam down on Art. He tried to go in heavy, baited out again from Kakarot. And this is the opening that GodLike we're looking for. They get themselves the Lord and Fury of the Phoenix to put them in their place to make sure they don't overextend. 6,700 gold lead on side of GodLike. The Lord is going to be spawning and marching down the mid lane.
The only possibility that I actually see with Claude being stopped is, well, if Akai uses Headbutt, because, you know, obviously the Claude's going to be expecting Kalea to, you know, use the Tsunami Slam or any of her spells, but the Headbutt does knock up
the Lord. Is already down the mid lane. And I think they're looking to clear. Romcom looking to go already used up. They're trying to go to the back line. The back line using the RWM. Art is there on top of Hubby, but at the same time, Blazing Dart comes out as well. Fury of the Phoenix, not enough. GodLike find a way to clean end this game. Game number 7.
You can't sleep. नहीं मैं chat पे बात करूँ. You can't sleep like this.
You just stand a chance of winning the game. However, I feel like right now, with what you know, I feel like they're lacking in on the drafting, or at least the coordination. Like you said, they were lacking in on the amount of damage that they were able to deal. Be it again getting the MVP. Oh wait, is that 100% participation in team fights? What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 100% participation in team fights with the way he played. A KDA of 0, 0, and 11. Oh my goodness. They just, in the end, they didn't even get a kill in their base crystal. They locked down the base and got that for themselves. They wanted to go to game number 7. They understood the assignment. And now game number 7 is looking spicy. It's down to a best of 1. Well-deserved MVP. Probably one of the best mid laner in all of India.
CODM.
And probably the best player in GodLike. Arguably.
Well, I mean, you know, I think this could be something of akin to a bias, but I believe, at least, that Romcom is the best. Okay.
No way, no way.
It is cool, bro, too. It is cool.
It's all smoke and mirrors, man. You gotta go analyze them games. Bid's the one that makes everything happen. He's the one that makes it tick for GodLike. Yeah.
I agree, man. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like, I respect EXP laners. These guys are the ones that actually just have to deal with all 5 of the enemies themselves by themselves. They struggle a lot, so I think that's a personal place in my heart for, EXP laners in general. So I think Romcom, you're amazing. And Anti too. Anti's really good. I actually adore the fact that he's able to play a non-meta hero on the EXP lane, and people are actually hyped up about it. That's crazy good.
Bro, do I look like 16? I haven't seen you, bro.
You can see
I don't know.
The gold lane. Again, the unconventional Eastern Shin of the gold lane did not work. Right, this time GodLike coming out with a victory. Unfortunately, Zakai really couldn't do anything. He didn't die a single time, but every time he went in, he was melted down. I'm not sure about that build, though. Maybe that's something that came in later on. However, it's just down to this mid lane duel. 0, 0, and 11. Yeah. if in the next game S8UL can look to take away the comfort of bid in the game, then yeah, I think then they have a chance. Otherwise, I don't know, man. GodLike, with the confidence of this game, the momentum that they have in their favor, yeah, it's looking dicey. It's looking dicey for Soul. But then again, it's game number 7. You never know what happens. They already pulled out a couple of pocket picks. Are they gonna risk it for another one in the next game?
क्या चल रहा है game?
It's possible, man.
4-4 हो गया नहीं 3-3 हो गया sorry. Hiruzen, welcome to the stream. 3-3 हो गया bro.
That's one Zushin, second one being Kadita, and then I think
अब final है जो जीता वो लेके जाएगा कप अपने साथ.
Prioritize that
भाई skipper भाई क्या बोलेगा रे?
other heroes, some strong ones to be left for
क्या बोलूं भाई skipper?
I think that could be a risky play, so I think
watching के लिए लंबा खींच रहे लोग. हाँ वही लगता है. रुको guys मैं 1 मिनट आ रहा हूँ. मैं पानी वुनी लेके आ रहा हूँ अच्छे से. आ रहा हूँ 1 मिनट.
Well, what's gonna happen is we're gonna be in game number 7, but let's take a look at the stats. The rich guy to carry again. Art's always there, bro. Like the rich guy this time being Fate, of course. Bid being the carry again. Even though Claude dished out so much damage that we saw with the Blazing Duet and all those basic attacks, Bid was the one with the highest damage. The Sandbag this time being Art, and the Wingman again being Bid. This time they've taken all the stats on their side. 18 minutes, 46-second game. You know what? If anything, it's been a long night, folks. And False Jail is probably tired, right? He's probably tired behind the stage. We got everyone that's watching, the fans from around the world. GodLike, S8UL, if you're a fan of ML, and if you're a fan of ML in India, I know you're watching and the eyes are on the screen. But this is it, folks. Game number 7. The draft is underway. We're seeing the similar bans come out from GodLike. Jushin, again, not let through whatsoever from the side of S8UL. What's going to be next to it? It's going to be a Freya. If I'm not wrong, it has to be a Freya. They can't let it go. Not game 7. So? They tried it in game number 1. It didn't work.
I mean, okay, you're right. I thought, they would skip the Freya, put the Yeve in there instead, and let just, like, try something in the game.
Eason Shin, no. They're okay letting Eason Shin. Claude, I think Claude again. Ban out the Claude this time. What other heroes are left? You can see the players are there smiling. The casters, the Hindi casters in the offline arena, they're doing great as well. Oh, I don't know, man. It's if anything, the players must be mentally tired. It's all gonna come down to how they're gonna draft this game, how they're gonna make it comfortable.
Hello.
They already
thank you so much, Avenger.
Usually drafts for GodLike.
13 months membership, bro.
Apex.
Welcome to the stream.
They have their strategies in
Avenger,
place.
bro.
It's game number 7.
Sorry.
It's got to be Claude. The Claude is out of there for Soul. What's it going to be? The Guinevere? No.
I don't think the
Leomord.
कहाँ पे chat? तो ये इसी में?
Eason Shin.
मैं बोला था मैं washroom जा रहा हूँ.
Getting that out of the picture allows them to actually have this worry-free drafting for the gold lane at least. Because the gold lane does really have a threat with the Eason Shin, and at least not having that is okay. So, Freya, Eason Shin not being there, gold lane, I think what Radium is trying to go for is something akin to another marksman. I'm surprised I didn't see the carry even.
Hello guys, hello Sylvester bro. काफी दिनों बाद आए हो.
This whole segment.
Welcome to the stream.
The range is too short for a carry, right? That's the only problem. The range is too short. They can't really do anything. This time, though, we see a Yu Zhang come in instead of the Esmeralda. I'm assuming it's going to be an Esmeralda on the other side. The Claude is not there. I don't think they really go for a carry. They go for a Guinevere and
क्या हाल है सुजुने? इतने सालों बाद, इतने महीनों बाद.
For both Van as well as Art.
मैं Discord पे देखा यहाँ आ गया. Nice. क्या हाल है इतने टाइम बाद?
I mean, it's not about the Yu Zhang. They're expecting. They're trying to hinder that Eve pick. Yeah, the Eve pick that could come through. The Eve has been so good on bid.
ना हुआ आपके साथ.
I wouldn't be surprised if he picked it again because it's okay. He's been absolutely a monster.
कहाँ से इतने दिनों से busy?
Go for an Esmeralda, but if they lock down their two sides early, it could be a little bit of a trouble as well. Esmeralda, CC still opens on the other side, so maybe go for a Grok right now. I would say a Grok's been good It's been treating them well. Art's been great on it. The Kalea is still left open. It really comes down to what they want to go. They still go for the Eve, and they go for the Esmeralda.
मेरे को गॉडल
So
हाँ
making sure
फर्स्ट
that Hilda,
एग्जाम था
even
फर्स्ट
though
टर्म
it
का
chases down
क्या
the
हो
Eve,
गया
they don't give that extra option of the Esmeralda taking away those shields using the Frostmoon shield.
भाई मेरे को फिर मेरे को लग रहा है गॉडल जीत गया
Possibility of, you know, no, actually, I disagree. I don't
गॉडल
think
जीत
that
गया लग रहा
there's
है
going to be a possibility of the Radiant will be
कि पर
picked
भाई
up
देख रहे हो तो
anytime soon.
आई एम सॉरी
I believe, however, with
हो गया
whatever that's happening on the side,
कैसा गया ब्रो
like they are actually going
आई
for
होप अच्छा गया होगा
a zone control type of thing. They've got a diver, they've got two divers, they've got Eve. And I think their whole idea of drafting revolves around Bid and his Eve pick. But the side of Team S8UL, they go for the Lunox pick. The second match, obviously, they had that. Yeah, I think it was the second match where the Lunox was picked, and they did end up playing pretty well. So do you think it's gonna happen
मेरे को नहीं
again? Do you
लगता
think
टिंगू
Assam is gonna be really
रोमकॉम
good
का
with that Lunox, like,
वाईजी
first game,
और
second
बिड
game?
का ये
I don't know. I think it definitely comes
Eve,
down to if
भाई
they're able to set it up for him. His position
ये हारे ही
hasn't
नहीं
been
इनसे
the best in this entire series. Yes, he's been
आकांक्षा
better
नहीं है क्या नहीं है साहिल
than you know what? I just lost track of everything I was gonna say after looking at that Martis brand, bro. GodLike are like, no chance. We're not gonna risk it. Don't give them that Martis whatsoever. Take that away. And I think on the other side, a Kalea has to come off as well. You just cannot risk the fact that you'll have a Hilda that's gonna invade the opposition. But then if you give that Kalea,
You mean Joy? That's a Joy.
no, like I'm talking about the next man. I know they're probably looking at a jungle. Yeah, the Kalea comes off instantly. On the other side for GodLike though, what can they
गुड
go
नाइट
for?
डेट
Something to
ठीक है ठीक है
EXP,
हाय ब्रो
I think the
Phobius
EXP.
again.
थैंक यू
Lapu
स्ट्रीम पे आने के लिए
Lapu, for Anti, no way they're gonna ban out the Aemon. They never really had a problem with
मुरुक्कू
that. But
I hope
a
not.
Granger could still be good.
मुरुक्कू
Do you really think they're gonna ban a Granger?
नहीं पता आपको क्या होता है मुरुक्कू
No, hell no.
No, they're not gonna ban an Aemon. No, I'm thinking in the lines of an EXP laner, maybe a Phobius, maybe
और
a
साउथ
Lapu
इंडियन है
Lapu.
मैं आपको फोटो भेजता हूँ रुको
I don't know if Anti's gonna have. I don't know if Anti has a Terizla in his, up his
Roster.
sleeves, but it's gotta be those two, right?
Let's
CC
be
maybe, yeah.
honest.
CC.
Let's be honest. Anti has been using Alice a lot. I think.
Yeah, there you go,
Alice-
CC.
Oh no, CC.
ये देखो इस टाइप का
So Anti still has the option of taking the Alice. So we might actually just not be surprised if he does pick the Alice. I'm sorry.
आपका तो
Corey,
फोन ही नहीं चल रहा
fried.
No. I think Alice is really good over here, especially you can dive onto Bid. But then again, who is the Alice gonna dive with? The Alice is a good pick, good choice. We saw this already in game number 2, but they need an extra option to dive. In the previous, in game number 5,
रुको गाइस
they had the Claude that did the heavy
Yeah.
lifting, right, in the hands of Radium. But now you don't have that option. Who's going to dive? Ubby's not going to dive and put himself in danger like the Claude does usually. So I would
It's
say
possible.
it is possible, but then again, it's a single target here, right? You need a little bit of AoE. You need to maximize what this
Brilliant.
Throne of
ये
Ruin
देखो।
can bring in.
You jump in,
Ah.
you got the Chaos Assault.
मेरा
you
membership
got the
कभी
Flicker,
खत्म नहीं होता जी जी
Come on, dude.
हाँ
Awesome.
हाँ पैकेट में तो
Ruby
था
I know it's the Ruby Diddy, but
Diddy, yeah.
have you
Online
seen
मंगाया था अभी।
have you seen Ubby really use that quite a lot though? That's the question. They pull out a Leo Mord in game number 7. Oh, they're playing aggressive. Oh, the horse combo. The horse.
हाँ
brothers,
मैं ये
the
बता कितने बजे
Centaur
मंगाया अभी 12:30 बजे
and
रात को
Barbio with Leo Mord gonna be charged. That's a full dive with Bid in the back line. You wanted a carry? You got a
Amen.
carry. What
Amen.
other option do they really have in this case?
Exactly, man. I mean, Kiri is good against the Yuzong, able to melt him down, get himself a malefic gun. You're practically just like standing in a in a
उसको मेल डाल दे 8 बिट को वो रोथक को
obviously, that you need a sidestep. But again, Yuzong, Esmeralda, and also this Hylos is gonna have a hard time. Leomord too, I believe. I think Carry is the best option here, and there is nobody that can change my mind about it. Carry is going to top this one. Overall,
चलो गाइस
I think S8UL, they've got a good draft on their side. But nobody
Ah.
follow with Alice.
Well, S8UL will definitely have a good draft on their side, but a full dive composition coming from GodLike with Bid playing this Eve again after getting multiple MVPs. Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be a tough battle for S8UL. They need
चलो
this
भाई
carry
चलता
to
हूँ.
scale.
Good
They
night.
need this
Good night. Good
Lunox to
night.
scale. GodLike, on the other hand,
सुनिए bro.
they
Good
don't
night.
need scaling.
हाँ,
They need level 4, and they're gonna run you down like a freak train. That's what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages. We're in the grand finals. We're in best of 7. We're right now after 6 games, after many hours of toiling. We are finally here. Game number 7. GodLike, clinical, under pressure. S8UL looking for the revenge, looking for closure that they did not get in Mythic Showdown Season 2 in 2025. Have a bitter taste in their mouth after what happened. GodLike, a taste of victory, and they want even more. They've already shattered S8UL once when it mattered the most. Will they do it again? Or will the fan favorites rise to be champions like they have done before? This lineup is no stranger to being at the top. Radium, Anti-Apex, Kakarot, NLB versus GodLike's Bid, Fate, Art, Romcom, and Van. The stage is set, folks. It's game number 7.
Fingers crossed.
Everything
Skipper
on the
VC
line.
आजा.
GodLike
तेरी
versus
जरूरत है भाई.
S8UL. Let's see who comes out on top.
Sheesh, man. I mean, I don't actually understand the whole idea of, you know, going for an assassin emblem on the Lunox. I'd rather have more advantage with the mage emblem, but that could just be me. But again, I wouldn't know as much as MP about, you know, Lunox. The mid lane king, he knows what he's doing.
Well, at this point, you can see they're trying to fight for river control. Apex trying to do that. Be aggressive as much as he can, but man, not against a Leomord, not against the Hylos. That ring of punishment is brutal. Can slow you down for a very long time. The Law and Order right now connecting onto Abhi, and I think Apex looking to poke him down, but Bid knows that this hero is really great at poking the opposition. Maximizes it on the top side. Anti able to win out the lane. Gets a faster clear. On the bot side, Radium needs a lot of time, so making sure the minions are in his favor, freezing them so that he has Fate who has to come forward and not him going into deep.
I completely understand what
टैंकी हीरोज को मारने के लिए गॉड सही है. नहीं, टैंकी को मारने के लिए गॉड सही. ओह, नाइस. Nice.
Same time with the help of the Violet Requiem, Apex able to get first.
God का ulti true damage देता है ना, जितना उस दिन पूछ रहे थे ना. True damage.
To dish out
God का ultimate देता है true damage.
Romcom not level 4 yet. That's a good
counter नहीं होता वो.
Jungler just before the turtle. Now Apex looking to get on top of our ring of punishment to slow him down as well.
उसका एक ही counter है, जितना अपना HP बढ़ा सकते हो बढ़ा लो.
Turns his attention to the turtle. There is the rest of GodLike.
वो ये counter है बस, और उसके अलावा कोई counter नहीं है.
I think they need to get that Petrify coming in with the help of the Fury's dive. They get the kill onto Apex. Retribution from Kakarot secures it. RWM drop down. A bit able to get 2 members, and up Anti goes in with the flowing blood, trying to get some more. Art's gonna be the target. They find him with a black dragon, dishing out too much damage, and they get one more. Kakarot can only watch his team members fall down.
क्या?
As GodLike.
नहीं, इसकी वो जो ये जो soul है ना, soul.
Let's just face it, man.
ये रेडियम ये मॉड है वहाँ पे, मॉड है वहाँ पे उनके चैनल पे. लाइक सपोर्टर फ्रेंड जो भी है. नहीं, अब टूर्नामेंट नहीं कर रहा, बट वैसे करता है ना.
It's not over until a fat lady sings, and that's what they're looking at. They're looking to scale. They have a late game lineup. Not gonna lie, if they find the opportunity, they definitely can make it out. They have the goal lead, even if it's very minimal. They do. The kills don't matter. They need the position. They need the map, and that's what I say you'll need to play for here. Not for the kills. Meanwhile, on the bot side, on the top side, they are going for one. Throne of Ruin. Romcom makes that out with the help of the Furious Dive, but now GodLike and Art goes in. Spatial Migration already baited up, but here Brilliance out as well. They even got the glorious pathway. 40 seconds to the turtle. Those ultimates will be back up. So good engage from GodLike.
I agree with you, man. Let me just be very honest with you. GodLike, they are taking advantage of whatever they've actually been doing up until now, so they know that they can actually, you know, run over S8UL at least in the early game. Look at that. We've got Esmeralda jumping in on the carry, doing a ton of damage, forcing her to go back into. I mean, not Radium, obviously. Fate is not going to be nice to Radium this time around.
10 seconds to the turtle. And you can see GodLike making the rotation down bot. Art looking to get a sandwich play. Kakarot gets caught out. No law on RDUs. Ring of Punishment comes out as well. Oh my god, nice use the spatial migration. Violet Requiem comes out as well, but not instantly. Gave enough time for them to pop the spells and pop the ultimate. And now Radium's being chased down, but look at the back line. Our anti comes in, Thor and catches 4 members, but they don't have the damage. The Brilliant comes in at the right time. They find Van and they find Art. Kakarot traded on earlier, so they cannot go for the turtle as both the junglers are down and out. And now Fate has to peel for the team. Romcom is present there as well. They don't have those big ticket ultimates, which gives Soul enough time to get this turtle.
I mean, hey, with the cloud in the map, I think that's going to allow them to rotate pretty fast.
Buying enough time. Fate in the back line goes in as well. Ubby's going to be the target. Glorious Pathway comes in. Retribution going to be there to secure the turtle for Van. He gets the Phantom Steed out, zoning out all of Soul. Spatial migration comes in, but I think GodLike might want to go for more. Ubby taken down low. Brilliance once again out of there as Kakarot's going to be the sacrifice. Anti trying to buy some time. Apex comes in with a flying cloud, but it's too little too late. GodLike already on the front foot and wants to pile the pressure.
They're losing up
अगली बार से वैन नहीं करेगा support
in this game right now. They've lost on every single fight because, well, let's just face it, they might have actually just lost one member, but S8UL really are feeling pressure right now, and that is the biggest problem for any gamer right now. If they are getting pressured into the point where they're actually making mistakes, they are going to definitely lose. And, well, they might still be playing a little bit, you know, safe. They might actually just play the right way, but let's understand that the side of S8UL really need to actually, you know, work on, you know, scaling up the carry and the Lunas.
They have to work for it, right? They have to buy their time. They have to buy a lot of time for them. At least need the Trinity for Radium, if not even the Malefic Gun. But right now they go for spatial migration, get a pick off onto Fate after the Purify was popping. Right now Kakarot's copying Rock in a hard place. Van able to secure that kill. Glorious Path to slow down. Apex forces the flicker out. And GodLike, you cannot out-brawl them. You just cannot. You gotta outthink them, and that's even harder, but Anti goes into the back line. The Throne of Ruin popped in. RWM from a bid to make sure he gets the kill right underneath the turret in front of their noses. And GodLike, this is why they're called the Land Demons. They know what to do. They know how to break down a team on the offline stages. And this is the stage that they have set.
They've done it before. Do you think they can do it again to the same team that knows that they actually have to win, at least to keep themselves from actually just losing it? No, I think that the side of Team S8UL, they might actually have ace up their sleeve, or here or there. They might actually be baiting it out, but again, it's all a matter of perspective, really. I think the side of Team GodLike, they are completely dominating throughout the stages of the game. Leomord might actually just get the turtle for free again, like the previous one. But fight is just about to ensue.
Well, you can never count S8UL out. That's one thing for sure. Kakarot goes into the spatial migration, tries to get out of the team fight. Glorious Pathway already used it early on. Turtle being reset. GodLike focus back on the turtle. Well, one thing is for sure. S8UL thrive the most when the back's against the wall. And I think it's now or never. The goal lead has not been let up. I've been taking a look at it. It's always been less than 1,000, 500. This is the most that I've seen this time on the side of GodLike. And S8UL are doing the best that they can to keep them at bay. And now Fate's going to be the target. No Purify used yet. Radium needs time, needs space, but they're chasing him down. The Black Dragon comes in. Romcom goes in a little too deep, but that's just to zone them away from that tier 1 tower. Secured by Fate's GodLike. GodLike's Fate.
Fate's GodLike. I mean,
yeah, I know.
It's kind of like the same thing. I mean, but at the end of the day, they've got a bot in tier 1. I think GodLike are slowly but surely making progress throughout the game to their final victory, the final goal that they have to end the game and claim themselves as champions of the Ristar XGiant Gaming Cup. And that's going to be amazing because they will be getting themselves 15 lakhs INR.
That's true, man. That's a massive prize pool. The only problem that everyone has been talking about for S8UL is the synergy. Joseph joining in this lineup, Kakarot rather, joining this lineup. They're lacking in terms of communication, but it's worked out so far. They've got into a game number 7. That's what the haters have been doubting. But if you ask me, doubt fuels this man. Alongside him, of course, you have Radium. He loves to prove his haters wrong, and there's no better time than now. At this point, look at Art poking him down. On the bot side, Radium already gets the tower. Spatial migration used, and now they're looking to siege at this tier 1 in the mid lane. Anti goes in.
3-3 है.
Art spotted out on the purple buff. Van looking to take it away. Retribution to secure it, and Fate picks it up. S8UL on the back foot, but they've been here before, and they know how it's done.
There is still only 600 gold gap. I mean, S8UL or just 600 gold away from whatever GodLike have actually, accomplished up until now. Now they've gone ahead and started the Lord. Do you think it's going to be a direct Lord take, or is it going to be a dance that's going to be
well, I'm not sure about that, but the Black Dragon comes in already looking to get on top of Radium. He finds the target. Radium has to flicker out of harm's way. Furious Dive goes in. Radium gets taken away. Meanwhile, in the fight, you can see Glorious Pathway coming down. Van gets taken away by Ubby. S8UL's Anti's chasing down Bid, and Apex gets a shutdown as Ubby is there. Fight time, but Fate gets on top of it. Spatial migration comes out from Kakarot.
Mar. Yes.
Art's taken down low. Apex on a killing spree.
Apex bug.
Menace, and so is Fate. They're too tanky for the opposition to deal with. Apex runs away with the slightest bit of HP. But Romcom and Fate, the two side laners, the two pillars still standing tall.
I just realized nobody from the side of Team S8UL, unless of course, there's no Dominance Ice.
This moment there isn't any dominance ice, and I think they need to build towards it. Well spotted out, because it's very important to make sure you have any sort of anti-heal to stop Fate from regenning back up so much, and that's been the problem the entire time. There's nobody to stop him alongside the revitalize that the Art has in store, and now I think it's going to be a 5v5 brawl for this Lord. Once again, 11 minutes in, this Lord dance has been going on for a while.
I mean, it has been, and I think the side of the team, okay, Bid does have anti-heal, but S8UL don't really have anti-heal. Oh, look at that.
Oh, well, they go into the Black Dragon farm. Radium catches Art with the help of the spatial migration from Kakarot for RWM. Catches them, two-man petrified. Furious dive. He gets a double, but gets taken away just at the edge. Meanwhile, the back line, Bid gets taken out. Apex is buying enough time. Fate is getting on top of him. I don't think he sees it. He's not the damage dealer, and you need to be chasing. Fate has tunnel vision the entire time. Now it's been 2 fights where he's chased down Apex rather than Ubby. And now it's looking difficult. Kakarot looking to get this Lord. Fate is trying to contest, quite desperate. Retribution secures it as Ubby picks up the kill, and Van's gonna be the target. Phantom Steed comes in. Kakarot already uses spatial migration, makes it out alive.
Man, I love the way that Apex is using that trick with Hilda where he can actually regenerate HP like quicker than his normal passive would have actually let him. Look at that, dude. Bro actually went back to top tier HP in a matter of seconds. That trick, most people don't know this. You just walk inside and outside a bush, and Hilda considers that, as a single tick of HP regeneration for his passive. So that is absolutely beautiful to see that in action. Look at that, Lord connected in the top side.
Well, they cleared out the Lord on the bot side. Radium able to get that tier 2. We knew that S8UL were playing for a scaling lineup, and they have scaled. They've got a 4K goalie now in their pocket, and now they will pick a fight when they choose. GodLike, they need to catch them off guard, find somebody out of position, and they need to chow down on them. Otherwise, it's looking difficult. Bid has not had a good game so far. Compared to his previous ones, it's not good. But I mean, 3-2-5 is great. But the previous games he's played this eve, he hasn't been caught out a single time. And Kakarot's making sure his life's difficult, and so is Apex. So Fate doesn't really know where to go. If Fate gets the right target, it might be a different story. Van not getting the right targets, 1-3-5. GodLike had the early game a little bit. Seoul knew they had to bite it out, and they have.
And the moment that S8UL actually got the advantage, it ended up with a 3,000 gold lead, man, and that is absolutely crazy. The fact that S8UL were able to actually keep the patience going on for themselves for so long throughout the early stages of the game, and then completely turn it around the moment they actually get one good team fight that actually could win, that is beautiful. I love to see it. The fact that right now Carry is now not... He is going to go for, what do you call it, Malefic Gun. I think Radium knows that, and that's the exact reason why the Fury Hammer is on his build. He's gotten himself the Wind of Nature, so that he can be immune to physical damage. I believe that's from either Leomord or this, what do you call it, Yuzong, so he doesn't have to be worried about any divers. But I think Esmeralda and Bid are going to be equally threatening.
I was going to say that they don't want to be there any longer. You got 3 members coming in. A pause being requested, 18 seconds to the Lord. Oh, this pause is going to feel heavy for the players, for the audience and the fans that are watching. Hey, guys, just put down in the chat, what do you think? Is it going to be GodLike? Is it going to be S8UL that comes out on top? We're already 14 minutes, 52 seconds in, and this Lord could be make it or break it for both these teams. If S8UL get this, GodLike might as just well hand them the trophy. But if GodLike gets it, they definitely have a chance to make a comeback with their lineup, because the late game lineup, the damage that's present on the side of S8UL is a lot. That carry, single target hero though, that's the thing that they can capitalize on. Art looking to catch Apex, catches him with a Law and Order. Glorious Spider slow him down, flickers out of harm's way. LB's down on the right side. They don't catch him. Now no ultimates, no Petrify present. They go and turn their attention to the Lord.
That's going to be dangerous, man. They don't have any engage tools to get the Lord, but they still
go in. They go in. Spatial migration. Misses out on everyone. Doesn't catch them. Romcom with a Black Dragon for him. Now they go in Apex to the back line. Look, conceal play. Looking to catch Van. Looking to catch Bid. Someone. Phantom Seed comes in as well at the same time. Spatial migration misses. They're looking to catch someone. Furious dives off as LB's able to kite them very beautifully. He gets a kill onto Van. Bid with a...
वो लोग कैरियर उन्होंने को पिल रहे हैं ना, बाकी सब टैंक है.
Target as they trade 2 for nothing. Art and Van take it out. Fate trying to buy some time, but Radium, still full HP, turn their attention to the Lord as Kakarot's present, but Van isn't, and S8UL will lock this down.
मारना लॉर्ड
I
जल्दी.
didn't think that it would actually end like this. GodLike did not need to actually take that fight.
अच्छा ये वो कर रहे हैं.
Because S8UL could actually be thwarted. Their ending game.
पता है कल वो लोग 5 मैन गिरे थे ना, अभी तो के दोस्तों के साथ.
Completely negated.
भाई वो लोग लॉर्ड लेने में भी रुक रहे थे, पता है टाइम देख रहे थे. क्योंकि हमारे एक टीम में मरा हुआ था ना, तो उसका रिस्पॉन्ड टाइमिंग के हिसाब से वो लोग लॉर्ड ले रहे थे कि रोक दे, अभी मत ले, अभी मत ले. फिर 5-6 सेकंड बाद रुके, उसके बाद लॉर्ड लिया. वहाँ कसम इतना कौन सोचता है भाई. वो जो हाइपर था हमारा.
Hey man, you lose once.
5 मैन में वो रुक गया था, वो कभी मत मारो.
You return. This is
अपना एक बंदा मरा हुआ था ना,
rewrite history.
तो उसका रिस्पॉन्ड का टाइम देख के वो लॉर्ड लेने वाला था.
Mythic Showdown Season 2. We're looking at the RNG Cup.
अब पता बस ले लेते हैं ना पूरा.
15 lakhs price pool.
ऐसे वो देख के मैं थोड़ा वो हो गया कि भाई इतना सब सोचना होता है क्या गेम पे.
And I don't think S8UL want to let that happen. Tonight's about erasing that 4-2 and turning it around, and seems like that's what they're about to do. Siege at the tier 2. Lord coming on the top side. Bot side minions already crashing in. GodLike need to find a way to defend this. So one mistake can define their legacy, and I think S8UL are looking to take that all away. Lord crashing on the top side already. Romcom furious dive just to get away. He's not going to be present now for quite some time. They get the inhibitor. Minions marching down the mid lane. But I don't think S8UL want to bite the bait. They understand those big ultimates. They're waiting for the glorious pathway, waiting for GodLike to charge at them, and then maybe make something happen.
I get that, but the thing is, GodLike are actually kind of threatening right now. S8UL can't really make that mistake. Like you said, it's 15 lakhs on the line. They cannot afford to make any mistakes, at least not in this stage of the game. They do have a lot more towers, but the moment that towers fall down, they will be susceptible to the Lord and his marching. If at all, the next Lord would be taken by the side of Team GodLike. And if at all S8UL end up fumbling, they might actually just end up throwing the game and the prize money and everything that they worked for. Revenge will not be served today if S8UL make a mistake and they know it. So they have to play it safe. They got to play it smart, and that's exactly what they're doing. Right now, Apex is trying to actually just scout out where the enemies are. 55 seconds before the next Lord spawns in, and that's going to be an evolved Lord.
And you know what? You mentioned it right. I don't think GodLike want to make that happen. They've done it before. They know the path that it requires to be the champion. They're not chasing no revenge, bro. GodLike not chasing no revenge. They're just protecting the legacy that they've created.
Yes,
Trying to make sure they can extend on it. They're trying to build what could be a GodLike dynasty. Land demons for a reason. 15 seconds to the Lord. Pressure doesn't break them. It only sharpens them. And we're going to find that out soon.
Pressure builds diamonds, guys. Don't ever forget that.
Lord is up. S8UL waiting for GodLike to come out of their base and try and contest.
If at all they
Lord
make a
being
mistake.
teased again. It's the evolved Lord.
Yep. If a mistake occurs, that's game over for GodLike or S8UL, whoever, because it's an 18-minute Lord. It's going 18 minutes of the game, so it's going to take a lot of time to actually spawn. Look at that, they've started fighting, possibly.
Apex has been playing this game really well. 4-1-6. Anti goes to the back line. Oh no, I don't think it was meant to be. But at this moment, he tries to find it, and he gets the RWM rocked out as well. Black Dragon goes in. Ubby finds the opening, gets a kill onto Art, and Apex finds Rom-Com. Anti into the back line, catching Bid. Van and Fate running away. All 5 members still standing tall for S8UL. I don't know if they want to go for the Lord. They're calling for a finish. The call is to go for the end, and I think they're smelling it. They smell
khatam.
Keeper!
Keeper मेरे भाई!
2 members down and out, and Fate's the only one left standing. S8UL don't wait.
No way is he gonna do that. No.
This is not the same S8UL that we knew. And they
Keeper मेरे भाई!
against the wall, as they have. It's game number 7, folks, and they come out as victors of the orange.
Keeper भाई weekly pass दे दो.
S8UL dominate 4-3 in the final game. What was a back and forth series?
भाई अब trash talk होगा.
Heart racing, what do you call it? I forgot the word that I was about to say. But
अब होगा
you
trash
get
talk.
the idea. It was absolutely mind-boggling, bro. That was very, very exhilarating. The game ended up with a victory for the side of Team S8UL, and they did amazing on this one. And all honesty,
भाई अगर होता ना कोलकाता अपन दोनों चलते वहाँ पे खा पी के भी आते घर वापस. जीत गए एपेक्स. भाई नोटल होटल किया है, अच्छा जगह किया है इन्होंने वैसे. अगर नोटल 5-star होटल है, पता है.
GodLike just went a little too early. They were just a little too early. And S8UL, you can see their fans
ये एक्सबॉट ये ईवीएम के साथ स्टार्टिंग से है ये बंदा एक्सबॉट.
But you know what matters the most is the sportsmanship that they show, man, and I know they will. Because S8UL GodLike, they might be rivals, but they're also friends, and it was a great series.
Absolutely, and I loved every moment of this. Look at that. Look at Scaredyat being happy. He's like, yes, it is over. We've got a champion, and we've got someone to give the prize money and the trophy to. So let's give it up for S8UL.
S8UL and GodLike. They don't call it the El Clasico of Indian esports for nothing, man. They don't call it the El Clasico of esports for nothing. Look at Apex, bro, smiling. Bro,
so
smiling cheekily as well.
All honesty, though, GodLike, they did put up.
Apex बोल रहा है कुछ.
fight.
Hey.
Both teams had
You ain't sure
4-0,
about
and
election?
now
That you play.
How much does win mean for you and your boys? How much does this mean for you? That didn't want to miss. Apex off in here, my man. Congratulations for the win. And how much does this mean for you? Because technically देखें तो एक बहुत बड़ा LAN, बहुत important LAN S8UL के लिए. Considering the last time you faced them, you faced a defeat 4-2. और आपको हमने उस पॉइंट में कभी देखा नहीं है. You've been on to that international stage as well. So how much does this win mean for you and your boys?
बहुत ज़्यादा. I think सब कुछ आफ्टर हम लोग जब से S8UL में साइन हुए, हम लोग ने आई थिंक हमें 100% पता था लास्ट टूर्नामेंट जीत जाएंगे हम लोग. बट आई थिंक हम लोग थोड़ा सा ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट थे तब. एंड बट वी न्यू लाइक वी आर फार बेटर even from this. I think we could have ended this series with at least 4-1. But वही ठीक है, अच्छा लगा वो जीत के. बट मेन चीज़ अभी बाकी है.
Main चीज अभी बाकी है. You know that's something I really want to know from you. Last time जब आपने उनको फेस किया था उस टाइम Jay was on the jungle. इस टाइम पे जोसेफ आपके लाइनअप में आए. There were a lot of doubts. काफी लोग क्वेश्चन कर रहे थे. If anything, I believe टीम में भी थोड़े बहुत डाउट तो थे ही कि क्या जोसेफ परफॉर्म कर पाएगा लैंड के ऊपर गिवन हिज हिस्ट्री. उनकी ग्रोथ के बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? हाउ वेल डिड ही जेल अप विद द टीममेट्स?
I think even I didn't expect it that we will gel up so easily. I think kudos to him also. Like there's so many rumors that everyone have been heard that he's kind of toxic guy and all. But trust me, he's not. Like, if you give him a good team, he's not.
Oh my God, that means you are a good team.
Of course.
That's what I wanted to hear. Talk to me about those few games जहाँ पे आपके हाथ से वो game निकला when you were on the blue side, right? I believe every single game that the team was playing on the red side, they won that. So क्या आपको ये लगता है कि red side has been a little bit more favored drafting wise?
हाँ वो ऐसे बोला था ना, how the fuck do you, how the fuck did you think you can come to Northeast and take again? ऐसा कुछ बोला था ना.
We could have been more better in drafts, of course, 100%. And some decisions.
सालिन उसका उसके बारे में बोला नहीं अभी.
But mainly it was some decisions. Yeah, not the draft.
क्या वो एक decision Justice Pauldron का है?
एक भी गेम में मिनट बिल नहीं देगा.
भाई मतलब मैंने 2 बार Justice Pauldron देखा था when I was like क्यों बना है? Probably passive, HP burst healing थोड़ी सी low HP में. Last game में भी गलती से बना है ना? Of course, इतना locked in रहना चाहिए. And again, thank you so much Apex for hopping here. Radium, man, the carry trademark play जो बनाया है आपने, जैसे ही Demon Hunter आई थी उस टाइम पे यूजोंग को गायब किया. Were you guys just waiting for that mark only कि हाँ carry का Trinity build complete होगा, उसके बाद will go on the offense step?
Definitely, I think we won the draft. अगर हम late game तक pull कर सकते हैं, Lunax carry late game बहुत strong है. वही था, सेफ खेलो, लेट गेम लाओ, विल विन एनीवेयर.
जो गेम आपके हाथ से निकले थे, डू यू फील एज वेल कि वो ड्राफ्ट में ही थोड़ा सा इशू था या एग्जीक्यूशन में प्रॉब्लम आई थी उस ड्राफ्ट में?
डेफिनेटली ड्राफ्ट तो अच्छे थे, एग्जीक्यूशन वाज द इशू. कुड हैव बीन बेटर. तो सीखेंगे उससे और बेटर करेंगे नेक्स्ट टाइम.
ऑलराइट, नाउ बॉयज, आई वांट टू इनवाइट फ्रेडो एज वेल हियर अगेन.
आ गया गंजा.
the man जिसने ऑर्गेनाइज किया था सब कुछ.
नेवर माइंड, सिम पे नहीं बोल सकता ये सब. जी जी भाई, सिम पे बोलते हैं. माफ कर, ओए काटना पड़ेगा.
अपने फैंस के लिए एक चीज जो कि आप दोनों ही बोलना चाहोगे. ऑलराइट, फर्स्ट आई एम गोना आस्क एपेक्स एंड देन गोना आस्क रेडियम.
मेरे दिमाग में नहीं आ रहा है. इतना क्लीशे बहुत होगा. हर लोग बोलते थैंक यू फॉर सपोर्ट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स वो लोग ने डाउनफॉल में भी बहुत सपोर्ट किया है. And this trophy, I think, is for them only, all the S8UL fans.
That's sweet. चलो रेडियम, आपको बोलना था, बोलिए.
Definitely thank you. Last time भी हम हारे थे तो बहुत सपोर्ट मिला था. ABM में इतनी आदत नहीं थी सपोर्ट की. So that was something new. So I was surprised honestly.
क्या बोला इसने?
So definitely thank you. Last time भी हम हारे थे तो बहुत सपोर्ट मिला था. ABM में इतनी आदत नहीं थी सपोर्ट की. So that was something new. So I was surprised honestly. So definitely their support helped us. So really glad. Thank you. Them a huge round of applause, people.
एवीएम में आदत नहीं थी सपोर्ट की। जी
iQOO
भाई
S8UL, the champions, Ristar and Yan
ये
Gaming
फ्रेडो कुछ बोल क्यों नहीं रहा
Season
भाई?
1. Fredo, all over to you.
अच्छा बोलेगा।
And of course, to end this all, first of all, I'm really thankful to everyone who came to the stream today.
भाई
and
ये
of
चीज
course,
गलत लगता है ना।
watch the stream till the end. You know who the winner is. It is iQOO S8UL.
देख अभी कैसे अनाउंस कर रहे थे। ठीक है जब गॉडल जीता तो देखा था कैसे वो उनको उकसा रहा था कि बोल 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 बोल।
On the title of being the winners of the best champion. And with that, here I would like to announce that of course they are the ones who are going to get that 50 million prize pool, and that is exactly what we've all been waiting for. So I would like to congratulate them for winning it. And
वही तो भाई कितना
now
कुछ
I would
झेला है
like to
भाई
invite-
एज ए टीम है ना विभा कितना कुछ झेला है भाई।
I would like to invite Nihal to hand over the trophy to Apex.
कितना गालियां झेला है कितना कुछ झेला है भाई।
Alright, Apex, I know before Nihal को जब तक हम convince करते हैं, I know that there's one thing that you wanted to say as well, right?
अब बोलेगा अब कुछ बोलेगा शायद।
I think ये विन का
बोले?
बहुत बड़ा हिस्सा आई थिंक जय को जाता है, which was our substitute and he played gold and throughout the tournament, and I think without him this wouldn't have been possible.
ये रहा ये
And big shout out
ओए
and which was our substitute.
ये
and
बच्चा
he
जे था?
played, gold and throughout the tournament.
नहीं
And
अच्छा
I
वो
think,
निहाल था।
without him this wouldn't
कहा
have been
अच्छा
possible.
जे का है फिर
And big shout out to him too. And like
निहाल कौन है?
हर रोल आई थिंक खेला है टीम के लिए, खास करके जब रेडियम नहीं था तो गोल्ड लैंड खेला था। आई थिंक बहुत जगह पे उसने एक्सपी भी कभी कभी खेला हुआ है, जनरल भी खेला हुआ है, तो बिग शाउट आउट टू हिम।
Alright, boys. Now Nihal, Fredo, आना है क्या? Come, hop in. Fredo and Nihal giving out the trophy. Again, give it up for iQOO S8UL. Congratulations, boys.
एक्सट्रोवर्ट
And also, जाने से पहले, I would also want to congratulate the boys of GodLike for making it to the LAN as well. Yes, आज की रात ऐसी नहीं गई जैसे वो चाहते थे. But then again,
ये रहा
someone
जोसेफ
wins,
ना
someone learns. For all of that, again, people,
हाँ।
wouldn't have been possible because of all.
हिंदी वाला
all of
अरे
you
मैं
guys.
रिवाइंड कर दिया था
और
मैंने।
उनको एक बहुत बड़ा shout out, Ristar and Gyan Gaming को भी for making this event a possibility. I believe that's about it. We're gonna let these boys celebrate out here. You guys have been an amazing audience. Shout out to the casters and everyone who's made this event possible. Thank you for showing up. This was Gyan Gaming and Ristar Cup Season 1. We'll catch you guys for the next event. Till then, stay safe, have fun, and keep on gaming.
नहीं लूजर्स को नहीं वो तो लूजर्स को कुछ बोलने के लिए बुलाना मतलब तुम उनके जले पे नमक छिड़क रहे हो कि हाँ भाई हार गया ना बोल। अरे नहीं वैसे ही करते हैं। अभी इसमें वो स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ ना बोलने का। वैसे हाँ लास्ट टाइम दिया था तो गॉड सोल वाले को भी बोलने के लिए बट कोई नहीं। चलो गाइस आज का हमारा स्ट्रीम यही तक था। कल मिलेंगे दोबारा ठीक है बॉय। जी सोल हो गया भाई जी सोल हो गया। कल हॉस्पिटल भी जाना है मेरे को सुबह साला उठ के। अब गुड नाइट जुनिता गुड नाइट एनिमे कर चल जा रहा हूँ मैं बाय बाय गाइस। गाना लगाएगा अच्छा सा और सो जाएगा। एनसीएस लगाएगा पैसा तो है नहीं पर अच्छा लगा लगाता हूँ इनको। ये